Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am so excited you're here. Seriously, thank you for joining me. In today's reading, we're diving deep into your twin flame journey, like what's coming up for you. I want you to know this is a safe space, and whenever you're watching this, the message is meant for you. So this twin flame reading is all about illuminating your path forward. What are the next steps? What energies are at play? And, what can you expect on this incredible journey? We're gonna tap into some serious guidance here, really powerful insights to help you navigate this connection. I've put together 4 piles, each with a unique crystal marker to guide you. And honestly, I'm just buzzing with excitement to share what came through. Okay, let's get into these piles. First up, we have the Aventurine star, symbolizing grounded stability. This pile is all about building a solid foundation for your union. Then, we have the Carnelian dragon, representing passionate momentum, embracing that energetic dance with your twin flame. Next, we have the Turquoise moon, which is all about emotional harmony, cultivating that inner peace and understanding, so important on this journey. And finally, we have the Jasper tree, symbolizing conscious awareness, really recognizing patterns and defining your intentions. So, take a deep breath and just feel which crystal you're most drawn to, no pressure at all. Trust your intuition here. It knows the way. You can even close your eyes for a sec and visualize your twin flame, then see which crystal pops into your mind. It's okay to check out multiple piles, too. Now, take a moment to set the intention to receive exactly what you need to hear. Hi there, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. You chose the Aventurine star, so this reading is all about rooted stability, building a solid foundation for union. Aventurine is all about grounding, which is going to be super important for this journey you're on. I feel like this reading is really going to help you build something lasting and real. So let's jump right in. We have the Fool, we have the 6 of Cups, and then we have the 10 of Cups. Wow, okay, pile 1, the first thing I'm seeing is this incredible sense of new beginnings mixed with deep, heartfelt connections. I think a lot of you are maybe on the verge of something really big, but it's not just any big thing. It's something that's going to bring a lot of joy and fulfillment, and most importantly, it's going to be built on a really strong foundation, just like our Aventurine star is telling us. The Fool card, oh my gosh, it's all about taking a leap of faith, right? It's about stepping into the unknown with this sense of childlike wonder and excitement. You guys might be feeling this urge to just go for it, to start something new without really knowing where it's going to lead. And that's okay, that's totally okay, because the Fool isn't reckless, not really. The Fool is more about trusting the universe, trusting your intuition, and knowing that you're going to be supported every step of the way. It's like you're standing at the edge of this cliff, ready to jump, but you know deep down that you're going to fly. There's this inherent trust. And with the Aventurine star here, it's even more powerful because it's not just blind faith. It's grounded faith. It's knowing that even if you stumble, you have the strength and the resources to get back up. You're building a solid foundation even as you leap. Now, the 6 of Cups, this is where things get really interesting. This card is all about nostalgia, about looking back at the past with fondness. Maybe there's someone from your past who's coming back into your life, or maybe you're just reconnecting with old memories and old feelings. Either way, it's like the universe is reminding you of what truly matters to you, what brings you joy, what feels like home. And this isn't just about romantic relationships either. It could be about reconnecting with family, with old friends, or even with parts of yourself that you've forgotten. It's about remembering what made you happy as a child, what made you feel safe and loved. Okay, so how does this all tie together? Well, I think the Fool is urging you to take this leap of faith, to start this new adventure, but the 6 of Cups is reminding you to bring your heart with you, to bring those feelings of love, connection, and nostalgia into this new journey. It's like you're not just starting from scratch, you're building on something that's already there, something that's deeply rooted in your past. And that makes this new beginning even more powerful. And then we have the 10 of Cups, which is like the ultimate happy ending card, right? This is all about family harmony, about deep emotional fulfillment, about living your best life surrounded by the people you love. It's that picture-perfect image of a happy family, a loving home, and a life filled with joy and abundance. But here's the thing, it's not just about finding happiness, it's about creating it. It's about building that foundation of love and connection that's going to support you through thick and thin. And with the Aventurine star, it's like you're not just building a house of cards, you're building a fortress. A fortress of love, a fortress of happiness, a fortress of stability. So, putting it all together, I'm seeing this incredible journey ahead of you, Pile 1. It's a journey that starts with a leap of faith, a journey that's guided by your heart, and a journey that leads to ultimate happiness and fulfillment. But it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey itself. It's about embracing the unknown, about reconnecting with the past, and about building a solid foundation for your future. With the Fool energy, there's also this sense of optimism. A feeling that anything is possible, which honestly, with this card combination, it really is. The Fool doesn't get bogged down in the details or the potential obstacles. They just see the possibilities, and they trust that they'll figure things out along the way. It's like having this unwavering belief in yourself and in the universe. And the Six of Cups is adding this layer of sweetness and innocence to the whole thing. It's like you're approaching this new beginning with a sense of openness and vulnerability. You're not afraid to show your true colors, to be authentic, to connect with others on a deeper level. And that's going to be so important as you move forward. Because let's be real, the Ten of Cups isn't just going to magically appear. It takes work, it takes effort, it takes commitment. But with the energy of the Fool and the Six of Cups, you're going to be able to approach those challenges with a sense of joy and playfulness. You're not going to take yourself too seriously, and you're going to be able to find the fun in the process. I also think that the Six of Cups could be pointing to the importance of healing old wounds. Maybe there are some past hurts or traumas that are holding you back from fully embracing this new beginning. And the universe is giving you this opportunity to revisit those wounds, to heal them, and to move forward with a clean slate. It's about forgiving yourself and forgiving others and releasing any resentment or bitterness that you might be carrying. Because you can't build a happy future on a foundation of pain. And the Ten of Cups, it's not just about romantic relationships. It can also be about your relationship with yourself, with your family, with your friends, with your community. It's about creating a sense of belonging and connection in all areas of your life. It's about feeling like you're part of something bigger than yourself. Also, I'm getting this sense of creativity, especially with the Fool and the Ten of Cups. It's like you're being called to express yourself in some way, to create something beautiful and meaningful that reflects your unique perspective. This could be through art, music, writing, or any other form of creative expression. It's about tapping into your inner child and letting your imagination run wild. And with the Aventurine star, it's about grounding that creativity, about bringing it into the real world, about using it to create something tangible and lasting. It's not just about having pretty ideas, it's about actually putting them into action. I think there's also a message here about being open to receiving help and support from others. The Six of Cups is all about giving and receiving, about sharing and caring. It's like the universe is saying, you don't have to do this alone. There are people who love you, who support you, and who want to help you succeed. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it, and don't be afraid to offer help to others. It's about creating a community of support and encouragement. Also, I'm feeling like there might be some travel involved in this journey. The Fool is all about adventure, about exploring new horizons. And the Ten of Cups can represent expanding your horizons and experiencing new cultures. So, you might be planning a trip, or you might be moving to a new place, or you might just be exploring your own neighborhood in a new way. Either way, it's about embracing new experiences and opening yourself up to new possibilities. And with the Aventurine star, it's about staying grounded even when you're on the move. It's about finding a sense of peace and stability no matter where you are. It's about connecting with the earth and with your own inner wisdom. Okay, so, to really summarize it all, this reading is all about taking a leap of faith, reconnecting with your past, and building a foundation of love and happiness for your future. It's about embracing the unknown, healing old wounds, and creating a sense of belonging in all areas of your life. and it's about staying grounded and connected to your inner wisdom throughout the entire journey. What a potent combination, and truly such a beautiful opportunity for you, Pile 1. I'm really excited for you to see where this goes. Okay, let's move on to the next card and see how we can get even more clarity. Okay, wow, that was beautiful, right? So much potent energy for you, Pile number 1. But okay, here we go, let's pull the next card, let's see what we get, and how we can bring even more clarity to this journey for you. Okay, here we go. And we have the Two of Swords. Okay. So after all that amazing, expansive energy, we get this. Don't worry, it's all good. It just means there's a little wrinkle we need to iron out, okay? So the Two of Swords in general is like, you're at a crossroads, right? You're blindfolded, holding these swords, and it's all about needing to make a decision, but feeling totally blocked. Like you can't see clearly, you're weighing your options, but you're just stuck in your head, you know. It's that feeling of being completely torn, not knowing which way to go, almost paralyzed by the possibilities or the potential consequences. It's a card about needing balance, about needing to be objective, but finding it really hard to actually be objective. There's often a sense of needing to protect yourself, too, which is why the swords are crossed defensively, but it ends up isolating you even more. You kind of put up walls, you know? It's like you're trying to be fair, trying to be logical, but your emotions are getting in the way, making it super hard to see the truth. You're almost overthinking it, which, trust me, I do all the time. It can manifest as avoiding a difficult decision, because making a choice feels too risky or too overwhelming, so you just stay stuck in this limbo. Now, how does this fit with everything else we've seen? Because we had the Fool, this amazing leap of faith, right? The Six of Cups with all that lovely nostalgia and those heartfelt connections, and then bam, the Ten of Cups, the happy ending. And now, suddenly, we've got this indecision. It's like, wait, what happened? Well, maybe, just maybe, this Two of Swords is showing us that there's a choice that needs to be made before you can fully step into that Ten of Cups energy. Perhaps it's not just a clear path to happiness, but you have to confront something first, you know. There's some kind of decision that needs to be addressed before you can truly embrace that new beginning that the Fool is urging you towards. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you're ready to leap, but first, let's clear this one little hurdle. It could also mean you are at a point where you are subconsciously self-sabotaging because you are scared of the complete joy and happiness coming to you, and you need to make a decision to release that fear. That fear is completely normal because you don't want the rug to be ripped from under you. But you have to trust that you are worthy of the joy, the love, the connection, and that you can handle whatever the universe throws your way. Okay, so where is this indecision coming from? Let's dig a little deeper, okay? Remember that Six of Cups. It's all about the past, right? It's about those old memories, those old connections, and potentially those old wounds. Maybe this indecision is rooted in some past experience that's clouding your judgment right now. Perhaps you were hurt in the past, in a relationship, maybe a friendship, or even a family situation, and that's making you hesitant to fully trust again. That's totally understandable, by the way. It's like you're afraid of making the wrong choice because you don't want to repeat the same mistakes. You might be subconsciously comparing your current situation to something that happened in the past, and that comparison is making it hard to see things clearly. It could also be that you are at a crossroads involving someone from your past who came back into your life. Is this person good for you now, even though they weren't then? The decision to let them in again or slam the door shut may be at the forefront of your mind. Are you seeing them through the lens of what was and not what is? I feel like there might be a real fear of vulnerability here, too. The Two of Swords can sometimes indicate a fear of opening yourself up emotionally, of letting someone see your true self. Maybe you're afraid of being judged, of being rejected, or of being hurt again. So you put up these walls, you hold back, and you try to stay in control. It's like you're saying, okay, I'll protect myself by not making a decision at all. The Two of Swords can also mean you are seeing things only from your point of view and not considering how the decision you need to make will impact other people. So, maybe you need to consider this issue from all sides before you make a choice that is best for everyone. This is really, really important. This card is about needing balance, right? It's about needing to find that equilibrium within yourself before you can move forward. The blindfold suggests that you're not seeing the whole picture, that you're missing some crucial information. It's like you're only focusing on one side of the story, or you're only listening to one voice, and that's throwing you off balance. The key here is to try to step back and look at the situation from a more objective point of view. Easier said than done, I know. Try to detach yourself emotionally from the situation and really consider all the different perspectives. Imagine you're a neutral observer, watching the situation unfold from a distance. What would you see? What advice would you give to someone else in this situation? It might also be helpful to talk to someone you trust, someone who can offer you an unbiased opinion. Sometimes, just talking things through with someone else can help you gain clarity and see things in a new light. But be careful who you choose to talk to. Make sure it's someone who is truly supportive and who has your best interests at heart. Not someone who is going to try to push you in one direction or another, or who is going to judge you for your choices. You need someone who can hold space for you, listen to you, and help you find your own answers. Also, it may be really helpful to literally do pro and con lists. Get a notebook, divide the page in half, and just write down all the good and bad about your options. This can really get you out of your head and let you start seeing the bigger picture. Okay, so what practical steps can you take to gain clarity here? First of all, I think it's really important to acknowledge your feelings, okay? Don't try to push them away or ignore them. Recognize that it's okay to feel confused, it's okay to feel scared, it's okay to feel uncertain. But don't let those feelings control you. Use them as information, as clues to help you understand what's really going on. Then, try to identify the root cause of your indecision. What's really holding you back? What are you afraid of? Once you know what you're dealing with, you can start to address it directly. Maybe you need to do some more healing work around those past wounds. Maybe you need to set some boundaries with certain people in your life. Or maybe you just need to give yourself permission to be vulnerable and to trust again. It's also really important to trust your intuition here. The Two of Swords can sometimes indicate that you already know the answer deep down, but you're afraid to admit it to yourself. So take some time to quiet your mind, to listen to your inner voice, and to see what it has to say. Meditation can be really helpful for this, or just spending some time in nature, or doing something that brings you joy and helps you relax. The clearer your head is, the easier it will be to hear what your intuition is telling you. And finally, remember that it's okay to ask for help. Don't feel like you have to figure this out all on your own. Reach out to your friends, your family, your therapist, or anyone else who can offer you support and guidance. The Six of Cups is reminding us that we're not meant to do this alone, that we're meant to lean on each other and to help each other along the way. Don't be scared to be vulnerable. Even with this Two of Swords energy, remember that Aventurine star, okay? Remember that grounded faith that we talked about at the beginning of this reading. Even though you're feeling indecisive, even though you're feeling confused, you still have that inner strength, that inner wisdom, that solid foundation to rely on. Trust that you're going to make the right choice, even if you don't know what it is right now. Trust that the universe is supporting you and that everything is happening for your highest good. And remember that the Fool is still there, urging you to take that leap of faith, even if it feels scary. This indecision is just a temporary hurdle. It's not a roadblock. You have the power to overcome it, to find your clarity, and to move forward with confidence. You are worthy of all of the beautiful things coming to you. Don't let fear hold you back. Okay, so that's the Two of Swords for you. I hope that brought you a little bit of clarity, pile number 1. I know it can be tough when you're feeling stuck like that, but just remember to trust yourself, to be patient, and to keep moving forward. You've got this. So let's keep going, okay? Let's pull another card and see what else the universe has in store for you. I'm excited to see what's next. Okay, deep breath, here we go. Let's see what the universe wants us to know. Let's pull this card. And oh, wow, okay, well that's intense. We have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, I know, it looks scary. 10 swords in the back, person lying down. It's dramatic for sure. But okay, don't freak out. It's not necessarily as bad as it looks. I mean, it is about endings, but endings can be good, right? They clear the way for new beginnings. Okay, so the Ten of Swords. Generally, this card is about hitting rock bottom. It's about feeling like everything has fallen apart, like you've been stabbed in the back, betrayed, and completely defeated. It's that feeling of utter hopelessness, like there's no way out, and you're just lying there, waiting for the end. It can represent a painful ending to a situation, a relationship, a job, or even just a phase of your life. It's that moment where you realize that something is truly over, and there's no going back. Ouch! It also often speaks of victim mentality. Are you seeing yourself as a victim in this story? Because you are not. You are a powerful being who can take control. But here's the thing, and this is really important, okay? The Ten of Swords is also about completion. It's about bringing something to a close so that you can move on to something better. It's like the universe is saying, okay, this is done. It's time to let it go and start fresh. It's a painful but necessary step in your journey. Think of it like lancing a boil. Gross, I know, but stay with me. It hurts like crazy at first, but then you release all that infection and you can finally start to heal. The Ten of Swords is kind of like that. It's the release of all the pain and negativity that's been building up so that you can finally start to heal and move forward. But it requires that you actually let it go. So, how does this fit with everything else we've seen so far? Because we had that Fool, right? That amazing, fresh, exciting energy of new beginnings. And then that beautiful Six of Cups, all about nostalgia and heartfelt connections. Then the Ten of Cups of ultimate happiness. Then wham, that Two of Swords bringing in indecision. And now this, it feels like a total roller coaster, doesn't it? Okay, so remember that Two of Swords, that feeling of being stuck, of not knowing which way to go. Maybe, just maybe, this Ten of Swords is the result of avoiding that decision. Maybe by not choosing, by staying in that limbo, you've allowed a situation to reach this point of complete collapse. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you wouldn't choose, so I'm choosing for you. This situation is over. And that can be really painful, especially if it involves someone or something that you care about. Or maybe this Ten of Swords is showing us that you needed this ending in order to move forward. Maybe there was something in your life that was holding you back, something that you couldn't let go of on your own, and the universe had to step in and force the issue. It's like sometimes we cling to things, even when they're hurting us because we're afraid of the unknown. We're afraid of what will happen if we let go. But the universe knows what's best for us, even when we don't. And sometimes, that means bringing things to a painful end so that we can finally be free. Free to start fresh, free to pursue our dreams, free to find true happiness. Okay, so where is this ending coming from? Let's dig a little deeper, okay? Let's go back to that Six of Cups. All that lovely nostalgia, those heartfelt connections. Could it be that this ending is related to someone or something from your past? Maybe there's a relationship that's run its course, or a friendship that's become toxic, or a family situation that's causing you pain. It could be that you've been holding onto these old connections, even though they're no longer serving you, and the universe is finally forcing you to let go. It could also be that you have tried to make this new beginning with someone from your past, but ultimately, it failed because you two are different people now. Or maybe it's not about other people at all. Maybe this ending is about you. Maybe there's a part of yourself that you need to let go of, a belief, a habit, or a way of thinking that's been holding you back. It could be that you've been clinging to this old identity, even though it's no longer who you are, and the universe is finally pushing you to evolve. It's like sometimes we get so attached to our stories, to our identities, that we forget that we're constantly changing. We forget that we have the power to create new stories, to become new people. But in order to do that, we have to be willing to let go of the old. Ouch again. I feel like there might be a real sense of betrayal here, too. The Ten of Swords often indicates that you've been stabbed in the back, either literally or figuratively. Maybe someone you trusted has let you down, or maybe you've been betrayed by a situation that you thought was secure. It's that feeling of, how could this happen to me? It's important to remember that betrayal is a reflection of the other person, not you. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy of love and trust. It just means that you need to be more discerning about who you let into your life. The Ten of Swords can also mean that you've been carrying a heavy burden for too long. Maybe you've been trying to do everything yourself, or maybe you've been taking on other people's problems, and it's finally taken its toll. It's like you've been carrying all these swords on your back, and they've finally become too heavy to bear. The universe is saying, okay, it's time to put them down. It's time to let go of the responsibility and allow yourself to rest. This card is about needing to release, right? It's about needing to let go of whatever is no longer serving you so that you can create space for something new. The swords represent thoughts, words, and actions. Are there negative thought patterns that you have to release? Do you need to speak your truth and stop holding back? Are there actions you need to take to remove yourself from a harmful situation? It's about needing to find that closure within yourself before you can truly move forward. It's like you're shedding a skin, leaving behind the old and emerging as something new. The image of the sun rising in the distance of this card is very important. Even though it looks like the end and things are dark, the sun is still there, waiting for you. Are you focusing on the swords in your back or the sun on the horizon? Shift your perspective. Okay, so what practical steps can you take to navigate this ending? First of all, I think it's really important to allow yourself to grieve, okay? Don't try to push away your feelings or pretend that everything is okay. Recognize that it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to feel angry, it's okay to feel lost. But don't let those feelings consume you. Allow yourself to feel them, to process them, and then to release them. Journaling can be really helpful for this, or just spending some time alone, crying, screaming, or doing whatever you need to do to get those emotions out. Then, try to identify what you've learned from this experience. What did you gain? What did you lose? What could you have done differently? This is an opportunity to learn and grow from your mistakes so that you don't repeat them in the future. It's about taking responsibility for your part in the situation without blaming yourself entirely. It's about recognizing that everything happens for a reason and that even the most painful experiences can teach us valuable lessons. You are a divine being, and you are here to learn. It's also really important to practice self-care during this time. Be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, and do things that make you feel good. Take a bath, read a book, listen to music, spend time in nature, or do whatever brings you joy and helps you relax. This is a time to nurture yourself, to replenish your energy, and to remind yourself that you are worthy of love and happiness. And finally, remember that this is not the end of your story. This is just the end of a chapter. The Fool is still there, waiting for you to take that leap of faith and start a new adventure. You may not see it right now, but there are so many possibilities waiting for you on the other side of this ending. Trust that the universe has a plan for you and that everything is working out for your highest good. You may have to grieve this ending for a while, but the Ten of Cups is still in your future. You just have to get through this first. Even with this Ten of Swords energy, remember that Aventurine star, okay? Remember that grounded stability that we talked about at the beginning of this reading. Even though you're feeling defeated, even though you're feeling hopeless, you still have that inner strength, that inner wisdom, that solid foundation to rely on. Trust that you're going to get through this, even if you don't see how right now. Trust that the universe is supporting you and that everything is happening for your highest good. Lean on that grounding energy, it will keep you strong. Okay, so that's the Ten of Swords for you. I know it's a tough one, pile number 1, but I hope it brought you a little bit of clarity. Just remember to allow yourself to grieve, to learn from your experiences, and to trust that there are brighter days ahead. You've got this. I'm really excited and honestly a little nervous to see what the last card has in store for you. It feels like it could really go either way after this, but I have faith that it's going to bring some much-needed guidance and direction. Okay, let's do it. Okay, wow. So after all of that, after the Ten of Swords, we get the King of Wands. Talk about a turnaround, right? It's like going from total darkness to bam, suddenly this fiery, powerful energy. Okay, so the King of Wands in general is like, he's the ultimate leader, right? He's confident, he's passionate, he knows what he wants, and he goes for it. He's not afraid to take risks, he's not afraid to speak his mind, and he inspires others to follow him. He's like the embodiment of charisma and action. He's got this infectious enthusiasm, you know? But how does this fit after the Ten of Swords? Just a minute ago, you were feeling like you hit rock bottom, and now you're supposed to be a king. Well, maybe, just maybe, this King of Wands is showing you that you have the power to rise from those ashes. That even after feeling completely defeated, you still have this inner fire, this inner strength, that can't be extinguished. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've been through hell, but now it's time to reclaim your power. It's time to step into your leadership role and create the life that you want. Remember that Fool energy? That spark of new beginnings? The King of Wands is like the Fool grown up. The Fool had the potential, but the King acts on it, you know? It's like you're taking that leap of faith, but now you're doing it with intention, with confidence, with a clear vision of where you want to go. And also, you are doing it with experience. But okay, let's be real. It's hard to feel like a king when you're still picking yourself up off the floor, right? So how do you actually embody this King of Wands energy? Well, first of all, I think it's about recognizing your own strength. Think about everything you've been through, pile 1. Think about all the challenges you've overcome, all the obstacles you've navigated. You're still here, aren't you? You're still standing. That takes strength, that takes resilience, that takes courage. And the King of Wands is reminding you of that inner power that you possess. He is reminding you to connect to it. Secondly, it's about taking charge of your narrative. Don't let the Ten of Swords define you. Don't let that ending be the end of your story. You get to decide what happens next. You get to rewrite the script. The King of Wands is all about taking control, about owning your power, about creating your own reality. He would not let those swords laying in his back win. What would that look like? Maybe it's about setting some new goals, some new intentions for your life. Maybe it's about starting a new project, pursuing a new passion, or taking on a new challenge. Whatever it is, make sure it's something that excites you, something that inspires you, something that lights your fire. It might also be really helpful to visualize yourself as the King of Wands. Close your eyes and imagine yourself standing tall, confident, and powerful. See yourself radiating charisma and enthusiasm. Feel yourself inspiring others to follow you. And then ask yourself, what would the King of Wands do in this situation? How would he handle this challenge? How would he make this decision? And trust that you already have the answers within you. You know, sometimes we forget how powerful we are. We get caught up in our doubts, our fears, and our insecurities. But the King of Wands is reminding us that we all have the potential to be leaders, to be creators, to be changemakers. We just have to tap into that inner power and start using it. And a huge thing for the King of Wands is authenticity. He is not trying to be someone else. Be yourself. Okay, so what are some practical steps you can take to start rebuilding after that Ten of Swords? Because it's not just about thinking positive, it's about taking action, right? So, first things first, I think it's important to assess the damage. What exactly has been lost? What needs to be rebuilt? What resources do you have available? Be honest with yourself about the situation, but don't dwell on the negative. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. I know, easier said than done, I know. Then, start setting some small, achievable goals. Don't try to do everything at once, or you'll just get overwhelmed. Break your big goals down into smaller, more manageable steps. And celebrate your progress along the way. Acknowledge every little victory, every small accomplishment, and give yourself credit for how far you've come. The King of Wands knows that success is a journey, not a destination. It is a series of small wins. It might also be helpful to create a support system for yourself. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you, and who inspire you. Avoid people who are negative, who are critical, or who bring you down. The King of Wands knows that he can't do it all alone. He needs a team of people who support his vision and help him achieve his goals. Think back to the Six of Cups. Who makes you feel good? Go spend time with them. And don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. The King of Wands is not afraid to delegate. He is not afraid to ask for advice, and he is not afraid to admit when he's struggling. He knows that it takes courage to be vulnerable, and that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's also really important to take care of your physical and emotional well-being during this time. Eat healthy, exercise regularly, get enough sleep, and practice self-care. The King of Wands knows that he can't lead effectively if he's burned out, stressed out, or exhausted. He needs to prioritize his own needs so that he can show up as his best self. And seriously, pile 1, even just getting out in the sun, even for 15 minutes, can change your whole outlook. And remember that grounded stability from the Aventurine? Yes, Important. Okay, so how does this King of Wands energy affect your relationships? Because we had that Six of Cups, all about heartfelt connections, and that Ten of Cups, the ultimate happy family, right? Well, the King of Wands is all about inspiring others, about leading with passion, and about creating a shared vision. So, in your relationships, this could mean taking on a more leadership role, encouraging your loved ones to pursue their dreams, and creating a sense of excitement and adventure in your life together. It could be that you are reevaluating your relationships after that Ten of Swords, and you are now ready to take charge and be more clear about what you need in a relationship. But it's really important to be mindful of the shadow side of the King of Wands. Sometimes, this energy can be a little too dominant, a little too controlling, a little too focused on personal ambition. So make sure you're not steamrolling over other people's feelings, that you're listening to their needs, and that you're creating a collaborative environment where everyone feels valued and respected. The Ten of Cups is about harmony, right? It's about creating a sense of belonging and connection. So, make sure you're not sacrificing that in the pursuit of your own goals. Make sure you are being clear about your boundaries without being aggressive. Also, remember that the King of Wands is a fire sign. He can be impulsive, he can be hot-headed, and he can be a little bit reckless. So, take a deep breath and think before you act. Don't let your passions cloud your judgment, and don't make any hasty decisions that you might regret later. Especially after coming out of the fog of the Two of Swords and the devastation of the Ten of Swords. Okay? The King of Wands is powerful, but he is also wise. He knows that true leadership comes from a place of balance and integrity. And finally, let's bring it all back to that Aventurine star, to that grounded stability. Because even with all this fiery energy, it's important to stay rooted, to stay connected to your values, and to stay true to yourself. The Aventurine is reminding you that you have this inner strength, this inner wisdom that can guide you through any challenge. Trust yourself, trust your intuition, and trust that you're on the right path. Remember that the King of Wands isn't just about power. It's about using that power for good, about inspiring others, and about creating a better world. So, pile 1, even after the darkness of the Ten of Swords, this King of Wands is a huge sign that you have the power to rebuild, to reclaim your life, and to create the future that you desire. It's not going to be easy, it's going to take work, but you have the strength, the courage, and the passion to do it. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, and never give up on your dreams. And keep that Aventurine close, okay? Keep that grounded energy flowing. Wow, okay, so that's the King of Wands for you. Are you feeling inspired? I hope so. I'm so excited to see what the last card has to say. It feels like it could really tie everything together, you know? Okay, deep breath. Let's pull this final card and see what the universe wants us to know. Okay, wow, okay, after all of that. We get the Sun. Oh my gosh, pile 1, that is just perfect. I mean, after the Ten of Swords, after that darkness, to pull the Sun. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've been through the storm, but now the sun is shining on you, baby. You know, it's like everything is going to be all right. It's more than all right, it's amazing. So the Sun in general is like pure joy, pure happiness, pure positivity. It's the card of vitality, of abundance, of feeling truly alive and radiant. It's about success, about achievement, about reaching your full potential. It's about feeling confident, optimistic, and just genuinely happy with your life, you know. There is such a childlike feeling with this card too, a feeling of pure bliss. But how does this fit with everything else? Because we had the Fool and that leap of faith, and the Six of Cups with the nostalgia, and the Ten of Cups and that amazing potential for happy ever after. And then, wham, the Two of Swords, causing indecision, the gut punch of the Ten of Swords. And then that King of Wands wanting you to rise from the ashes, and now we get the Sun. It's like the universe is saying, okay, now you get it, now you understand. You know, I think this Sun card is showing you that all that pain, all that struggle, all that indecision, it was all worth it. It was all leading you to this moment of pure joy and fulfillment. It's like you had to go through the darkness to truly appreciate the light. You know what I mean? Like you can't have a rainbow without the rain. And now you're finally seeing that rainbow. A full, brilliant, beautiful rainbow of a life that's here for you to grab. Remember that Two of Swords? that feeling of being stuck, of not knowing which way to go. Well, the sun is shining a light on the path forward. It's clearing away all the confusion and uncertainty and showing you exactly where you need to go. All that fogginess is gone, the path is clear. And that Ten of Swords, that feeling of hitting rock bottom, the sun is proving that rock bottom can be a solid foundation to rebuild your life on. It's like you had to tear everything down to the ground so you could build something even better, something even stronger, something even more aligned with your true purpose. From the ashes, baby, and the King of Wands, the sun is amplifying that energy, making it even more powerful, even more radiant. It's like you're not just a leader, you're a beacon of light, inspiring others to follow you on your path to joy and fulfillment. The King of Wands has lit the fire, and now the sun is helping it blaze brighter and stronger than ever before. That little spark is now a huge bonfire for you and all those around you to bask in. But it's not just about reaching your goals, it's about enjoying the journey. The sun is about savoring every moment, about finding joy in the simple things, about appreciating all the blessings in your life. It's about laughing, about playing, about feeling like a kid again. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've worked hard, you've struggled, you've overcome so much. Now it's time to let go of all the stress and worry and just have fun. And with the Aventurine star grounding all this, you can allow yourself to just be happy without fear. So where is this joy coming from? Let's dig a little deeper, okay? Let's go back to that Six of Cups. All those beautiful memories, those heartfelt connections. The sun is showing you that those connections are still there, that those memories are still valid, and that they can be a source of joy and inspiration in your life. You might even feel inspired to reach out to someone from your past, someone who brings you joy and who reminds you of the good old days. The sun is about healing. It's about forgiving yourself and forgiving others. It's about letting go of any resentment or bitterness that you might be carrying and opening your heart to love and compassion. The Six of Cups can be about inner child work and healing that past child. The sun is here to shine a bright light on that child and help you heal all the wounds and traumas of the past. And the Ten of Cups, oh my gosh, the sun is like the ultimate confirmation that that happy ending is within reach. It's showing you that you are worthy of love, worthy of happiness, worthy of a life filled with joy and abundance. It's not just a dream, it's a reality that you can create for yourself. And it's coming. But also, the sun isn't just about romantic relationships. It's about all your relationships, with your family, with your friends, with your community. It's about creating a sense of belonging and connection in all areas of your life. It's about feeling loved, supported, and appreciated for who you are. It's about recognizing the amazing gifts that you bring to the world. You may feel inspired to become more involved in your community, to volunteer your time, or to simply be a source of light and positivity to those around you. I feel like there might be some travel involved here too. The sun is often associated with travel, with adventure, with exploring new horizons. It could be that you are planning a trip, or that you will soon have the opportunity to travel somewhere that you've always dreamed of going. The sun can represent success in your career. It can represent the birth of a child. It can represent creativity, abundance, good health, and overall happiness. The sun is one of the best cards you can get in the tarot, and it is here to bring you everything you could ever imagine. Okay, so what practical steps can you take to fully embrace this sun energy? First of all, I think it's really important to practice gratitude, okay? Take some time each day to appreciate all the good things in your life, no matter how small they may seem. Write them down in a journal, share them with a loved one, or simply take a moment to savor them in your mind. Gratitude is like a magnet for more good things to come. The more you appreciate what you have, the more you will attract into your life. Remember to thank yourself too, and all that you have overcome. Then, surround yourself with positive people and environments. Avoid negativity, drama, and anything that brings you down. Seek out people who uplift you, who inspire you, and who make you feel good about yourself. Spend time in nature, listen to uplifting music, read inspiring books, and fill your life with things that bring you joy. It's also really important to express your creativity. The sun is all about self-expression, about sharing your unique gifts with the world. So, find a creative outlet that you enjoy, whether it's painting, writing, singing, dancing, or anything else that allows you to express yourself fully. Don't worry about being perfect, just focus on having fun and letting your creativity flow. And finally, remember to shine your light brightly. The world needs your unique gifts, your unique talents, your unique perspective. Don't be afraid to be yourself, to be authentic, and to share your light with the world. The sun is about radiating joy and positivity and inspiring others to do the same. You can use this time to make big plans for the future and set actionable goals to achieve your dreams. You can use this time to invest in yourself, whether that's taking a class, learning a new skill, or simply practicing self-care. You have the energy and enthusiasm to pursue your goals, so don't hold back. Pile 1, this reading has been such a journey. From the initial spark of new beginnings with the Fool, to navigating the challenges and obstacles with the 2 and 10 of Swords, to rising from the ashes with the King of Wands, and now finally, basking in the radiant joy of the sun. You have shown so much strength, so much resilience, and so much courage throughout this journey. And the Aventurine star is grounding you and keeping you stable through it all. I feel like the universe is really testing you, but it's also rewarding you. It's like you've been climbing a mountain, and now you've finally reached the summit. You can look out at the view and see all the amazing things that are waiting for you. You are worthy of all the good things coming your way. You are deserving of love, happiness, and abundance. You have the power to create the life of your dreams. So go out there and shine your light brightly. Share your joy with the world and inspire others to do the same. The world needs your light. You have the power to make a difference. Okay, Pile 1, what a potent reading for you all. I am so excited for you, and this journey that you are now embarking on. Okay, Pile 1, after that wild journey, with all the ups and downs and twists and turns, what an arc. From the spark of the Fool, through the challenges and darkness, and then finally reaching the radiant joy of the sun, I feel so proud of you, even though I don't even know you. It's like, we've seen you go through this whole transformation right here in this reading. And with the Aventurine star grounding you every step of the way, wow, you should feel so empowered, so ready to take on anything. And now, to put a beautiful bow on it all, we have the World card, which is just, oh my gosh, it's perfect. I mean, seriously, could there be a better card to end on? After everything we've seen, after everything you've been through, this card is like the universe giving you a massive hug and saying, you did it, you finally did it. You know, so the world in general is like completion. It's the end of a cycle, the culmination of all your efforts, the achievement of your goals. It's that feeling of absolute fulfillment, of knowing that you've reached the top of the mountain and you can see the whole world spread out before you. It's about integration, about bringing all the different parts of yourself together into one harmonious whole. It's realizing that everything is connected. It also represents travel, seeing the world, and expanding your horizons, but it is different from the Fool energy. The Fool is all about starting the journey and seeing the possibilities, whereas the world is about having done the journey and reaping the rewards. It signifies mastery, reaching a point where you've learned all the lessons you needed to learn, and you're ready to move on to the next level. But, and this is key, it's not just about personal achievement. The world is also about giving back, about sharing your gifts with the world, about making a positive impact on the people around you. It's about recognizing that you're part of something bigger than yourself. It's about celebrating the journey and the destination. This card isn't just about crossing the finish line. It's about truly savoring all the moments that got you there. You've grown, you've learned, and you've become the best version of yourself. And now, it's time to celebrate that amazing accomplishment. The world is about feeling a deep sense of gratitude for everything you have, for all the people who have supported you, and for all the opportunities that have come your way. Okay, so how does this all tie in with the cards we've already seen? Because we had that amazing Fool energy, that 6 of Cups with all the nostalgia, that potential for a happy ever after with the 10 of Cups. And then, of course, the challenges of the 2 and 10 of Swords, the rising up of the King of Wands, and the ultimate joy of the sun. I mean, seriously, it's like a complete story, isn't it? It's like a hero's journey, with all the trials and tribulations and triumphs along the way. This is it. The World card is showing you that you've successfully navigated that journey. You've faced your fears, you've overcome your obstacles, and you've emerged stronger and wiser than ever before. That Fool card was the beginning, that initial spark of inspiration, but the World is the culmination of that journey. It's like you've taken that leap of faith and you've landed exactly where you were meant to be. You're not just stepping into the unknown, you are OWNING the unknown. And all those heartfelt connections from the Six of Cups, the World is showing you that those connections are still there, that they've played a vital role in your journey, and that they will continue to support you as you move forward. These connections are now even stronger. They are like iron girders, supporting your foundation. And that happy ever after from the Ten of Cups. The World is confirming that it's not just a possibility, it's a reality. You've created a life filled with love, joy, and abundance, surrounded by the people who matter most to you. It is here. The Two of Swords with the indecision, that's a distant memory now. You've made your choices, you've found your clarity, and you're moving forward with confidence and purpose. The Ten of Swords. That painful ending was necessary. It cleared the way for new beginnings, for new opportunities, and for a new chapter in your life. You released what needed to be released, grieved what needed to be grieved, and are moving on. The King of Wands, the World is amplifying that energy, making you an even more powerful leader, an even more inspiring force in the world. You're not just leading yourself, you're leading others towards their own joy and fulfillment. And the Sun, the World is just basking in that sunshine, savoring every moment of joy and happiness, and radiating that positivity to everyone around you. You are pure freakin' light. The World card is about wholeness, about integration, about bringing all the different aspects of your life together into one harmonious whole. All that is you. It's like you've taken all the pieces of the puzzle and you've finally put them together to create a beautiful masterpiece. Each card in your reading contributed to the magnificent art that is you. Okay, so what does all this mean for you moving forward? What practical guidance can we glean from all these cards, and from the World in particular? Well, first of all, I think it's about celebrating your accomplishments, right? Take some time to acknowledge how far you've come, to appreciate all the hard work you've put in, and to pat yourself on the back for a job well done. You deserve it. Throw yourself a party, buy yourself something nice. Do whatever makes you feel good and reminds you of your awesomeness. You earned it, baby. Then, it's about sharing your gifts with the world. The World is about giving back, about using your talents and abilities to make a positive impact on the people around you. So, think about what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, and how you can use that to help others. Maybe you can volunteer your time, donate to a cause you care about, or simply offer a listening ear to someone who needs it. The King of Wands wants you to lead and help others, and the World means you are ready. This might even mean sharing your story, sharing your struggles, sharing how you overcame it all. Don't keep it to yourself. Your story could inspire others to rise out of the darkness too. It's also about continuing to learn and grow. Just because you've reached the top of the mountain doesn't mean you should stop climbing. The World is about recognizing that life is a continuous journey and that there's always more to discover, more to experience, and more to learn. So, keep exploring, keep pushing yourself, and keep seeking out new challenges. Be a forever student. And finally, it's about embracing the cyclical nature of life. The World is about recognizing that everything is connected, that everything has its season, and that ups and downs are a normal part of the journey. So, don't get discouraged when things get tough. Just remember that the sun will always shine again, and that you have the strength and resilience to overcome any obstacle. As one chapter closes, another one opens, and it is yours for the taking. Remember that Aventurine star? Remember that grounded stability? It is still there. Keep connecting to that grounding energy, pile one, as you move forward, and allow it to help you enjoy the process of growth, of expansion, of being in this world, of completion, of joy, of everything that is now coming your way. You made it through the darkness. Now it is time to live in the light. Okay, pile one, what a reading. Seriously, I'm just so freaking excited for you. You are on the verge of something amazing, something truly special. You have the strength, the courage, and the wisdom to create a life filled with joy, abundance, and purpose. So go out there and freaking shine, share your light with the world, and inspire others to do the same. You've got this. Okay, so Carnelian Dragon. This crystal is all about flowing, right? And that's so perfect for your reading theme, passionate momentum, embracing the energetic dance. It's like, get ready to move, to feel the heat, to just let things flow. I am so excited about this. Okay, so we have the Hermit, the Fool, and the Knight of Swords. Like, wow, that's a lot. It's like a whole story in 3 cards. You've been doing some serious soul searching, and now you're ready to, just jump into something totally new, and you're going to do it fast. But let's unpack this, okay? First, the Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit is all about, going within, It's about taking time for yourself, retreating from the world, and really just listening to your own inner voice. And I feel like you've been on this hermit journey for a little while now, maybe longer than you even realize. It's like you've been climbing your own mountain, right? And you've been carrying this lantern, which is your inner wisdom, your inner light, and you've been using it to guide yourself through the darkness, through the unknown. And this isn't always easy, right? Being a hermit can be lonely. It can be isolating. It can feel like you're missing out on all the fun, on all the excitement that's happening out there in the world. But the thing is, you needed this time, you needed this space to really connect with yourself, to really understand what you want, what you need, what your purpose is. And I feel like you've been doing some really deep work during this time. You've been facing your demons, you've been healing your wounds, you've been learning some really important lessons. And the thing about the Hermit is, it's not just about retreating from the world, it's about preparing yourself to re-enter the world. But this time, with a new sense of clarity, with a new sense of purpose, with a new sense of strength. It's like you've been building this solid foundation for yourself, and now you're ready to build something amazing on top of it. So, think about what this hermit phase has been like for you. What have you been learning? What have you been letting go of? What new perspectives have you gained? What truths have you uncovered? Because all of that is going to be so important as you move forward. It's like all of that is going to be the fuel that powers you, that drives you, that helps you create the life that you truly desire. And, the Carnelian energy, the flowing energy, I feel like that's really significant here. Because, the hermit can sometimes get stuck, right? They can get so caught up in their own introspection that they forget to actually, take action, to actually, move forward. But the Carnelian is saying, no, 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 this isn't about getting stuck. This is about preparing for movement. This is about building up energy. This is about getting ready to flow. It's like you've been holding back this energy, you've been containing it, you've been storing it up, and now it's ready to burst forth like a dam that's about to break. And that's where the Fool comes in. Oh my God, the Fool. Okay, so the Fool is all about new beginnings, right? It's about taking a leap of faith, it's about embracing the unknown, it's about trusting in the universe. And after all that hermit energy, after all that introspection and soul-searching, the Fool is okay, I'm ready to jump. I'm ready to see what's out there. And, the Fool is often depicted as someone who's walking off a cliff, right? They're carrying a bag over their shoulder, they have a little dog by their side, and they're just stepping into the void. And that can seem really scary, right? It can seem really reckless. But the thing about the Fool is they're not reckless. They're actually incredibly brave. They're trusting in something bigger than themselves. They're trusting that the universe has their back. And I feel like you're in that place right now. You've done the work, you've learned the lessons, and now you're ready to take that leap of faith. You're ready to step into the unknown. You're ready to see what amazing things are waiting for you on the other side. And the fact that the Fool is coming right after the Hermit is so significant. Because, the Fool isn't just jumping blindly. They're not just acting impulsively. They're jumping with the wisdom and the knowledge that they gained during their hermit phase. They're jumping with a solid foundation beneath them. They're jumping with a deep understanding of themselves and their purpose. It's like you've been preparing for this moment for a long time, and now it's finally here. You're ready to embrace the new, to embrace the adventure, to embrace the possibilities. And I am so excited for you. This is such a powerful and exciting time in your life. Think about what this leap of faith looks like for you. What are you ready to leave behind? What are you ready to embrace? What new opportunities are you ready to explore? Because, the universe is opening doors for you right now, and it's up to you to walk through them. And, that Carnelian energy, that passionate momentum, that's really fueling this Fool energy. It's like you have this fire in your belly, this desire to create something amazing, this belief that anything is possible. And that's exactly what you need to take this leap of faith. It's like the Carnelian is giving you the courage, the energy, and the passion to just go for it. It's like you're a dragon taking flight, soaring through the sky, breathing fire, and just embracing the freedom and the power that you have within you. This is your time to shine. This is your time to create the life that you've always dreamed of. But there's one more card here, right? And that's the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is, well, he's fast. He's action-oriented, he's driven, he's focused. He knows what he wants, and he's going after it with everything he's got. And, that can be a really good thing. It can be really helpful to have that kind of energy when you're trying to manifest your dreams. It can help you overcome obstacles, it can help you stay focused on your goals, it can help you achieve success. But the Knight of Swords can also be a little reckless, right? He can be so focused on his goals that he forgets to, think things through, that he forgets to consider the consequences of his actions. He can be a little impulsive, a little impatient, a little bit of a hothead. So, the question is, how does this Knight of Swords energy interact with the Hermit and the Fool energies? Is it a focused and directed drive, fueled by the wisdom of the Hermit and the faith of the Fool? Or is it a scattered and impulsive energy that could potentially lead to burnout or mistakes? And, that Carnelian energy, that passionate momentum. It can amplify both of those possibilities. It can either fuel a really powerful and successful push forward, or it can lead to a really chaotic and unsustainable burst of energy. It's is this a rushing river, carving a clear path through the landscape? Or is it a raging flood, destroying everything in its path? So, I think the key here is to balance that Knight of Swords energy with the wisdom of the Hermit and the faith of the Fool. To be driven and focused, but also to be mindful and thoughtful. To take action, but also to take time to reflect. To trust in the universe, but also to use your own discernment and judgment. It's you have all the tools you need to create something amazing, but it's up to you to use them wisely. It's up to you to harness that passionate momentum and direct it in a way that's aligned with your highest good. And I feel there might be some challenges ahead, some obstacles that you'll need to overcome. But I also feel you're totally capable of handling anything that comes your way. You have the strength, you have the wisdom, you have the passion, and you have the universe on your side. So, go for it. But we're not done yet. Because, there's still so much more to unpack here. We have to see how these energies play out in more detail, what specific challenges and opportunities are coming your way, and how you can best navigate them. Are you ready? Oh my God, okay, so, here we go. The devil. Okay, so, first reaction? Whoa, that's intense, right? I mean, after all that Hermit and Fool energy, this feels like a real, a stark contrast. But don't freak out, okay? Because the devil isn't always a bad thing. It's not the end of the world or anything. It's more a challenge, a test. A wake-up call, So in the context of the Hermit, the Fool, and the Knight of Swords, the devil could be saying okay, you've done your soul searching, you're ready to take a leap, you're charging forward. But are you sure you're doing it for the right reasons? Is your ego getting in the way? Are you being driven by fear or desire, rather than by your authentic self? Are you maybe attached to something that's not really good for you? Because the devil is all about, attachments, right? It's about feeling trapped or bound or controlled by something outside of yourself. It could be a person, it could be a substance, it could be a belief, it could be a pattern of behavior. It could be anything that's keeping you from being truly free. And I think in the context of a twin flame journey, this could be about unhealthy attachments to the idea of the twin flame itself, Like maybe you're so focused on finding your twin flame or on making the relationship work that you're, losing yourself in the process. Maybe you're ignoring red flags or compromising your own needs or, settling for less than you deserve. Or, it could be about, an attachment to a specific outcome, right? Like maybe you're so convinced that this person is your twin flame that you're, unwilling to let go, even if the relationship is toxic or unhealthy. Maybe you're, holding on to the idea of what could be, rather than accepting what is. And, that can be really dangerous, because it can keep you stuck in a cycle of pain and disappointment. It's like you're chained to this illusion, this fantasy, and you're unable to move on to something better. But okay, so let's not just focus on the negative, right? Because the devil also represents, your shadow self. It represents the parts of yourself that you don't want to acknowledge, the parts that you're ashamed of, the parts that you try to hide. And facing your shadow self can be really scary, right? It can be really uncomfortable. But it's also, incredibly important. Because, until you acknowledge your shadow, until you accept it and integrate it into your whole being, it's going to keep sabotaging you. It's going to keep holding you back. It's going to keep influencing your decisions in ways that you don't even realize. So, maybe the devil is showing up here to tell you that it's time to face your shadow. It's time to look at those parts of yourself that you've been trying to avoid. It's time to, own your imperfections, your flaws, your weaknesses. And when you do that, when you embrace your whole self, including the dark side, you become so much more powerful, so much more authentic, so much more free. It's like you're breaking free from the chains of self-judgment and self-doubt. And remember that Carnelian dragon energy, right? The flowing energy, the passionate momentum. Okay, so, how does that interact with the devil? Well, it could go either way, right? It could amplify the negative aspects of the devil. It could make you even more obsessed, even more attached, even more driven by your ego. It could lead you down a path of, reckless indulgence and self-destruction. But it could also amplify the positive aspects of the devil. It could give you the courage to face your shadow, the passion to break free from your limitations, the energy to transform your life. It's like the Carnelian is saying, okay, you have this powerful energy within you. You can use it to create or to destroy. It's your choice. And that's a really important message, especially in the context of a twin flame journey. Because twin flame relationships can be so intense, so passionate, so all-consuming that it's easy to get carried away. It's easy to lose sight of your own needs, your own boundaries, your own values. It's easy to become obsessed with the other person, with the idea of the relationship, with the fantasy of a perfect union. So the devil is saying, be careful. Don't let your passion turn into obsession. Don't let your desire turn into need. Don't let your love turn into control. It's about finding a balance, about staying grounded, about remembering who you are, even in the midst of this intense connection. And remember the hermit, right? The hermit is all about introspection, about going within, about finding your own inner wisdom. So, the devil could be a call to go back to that hermit energy, to take some time for yourself, to disconnect from the external world, and to really examine your motivations, your desires, your attachments. It's okay, you're feeling this intense pull towards something. But why? What's really driving you? Is it love, or is it fear? Is it your soul, or is it your ego? And the fool, right? The fool is all about taking a leap of faith, about embracing the unknown, about trusting in the universe. So, the devil could be a warning to be mindful about where you're leaping and what you're putting your faith in. Is it a genuine connection, or is it an illusion? Are you trusting your intuition, or are you being led astray by your desires? It's about being discerning, about being aware of the potential pitfalls, about not blindly following your impulses. And the Knight of Swords, right? The Knight of Swords is all about action, about drive, about focus. So, the devil could be a reminder to be mindful of your actions, to be aware of the consequences, to not let your ambition blind you to the needs of others or to your own well-being. It's okay, you're charging forward with this intense energy, but are you being responsible? Are you being ethical? Are you being kind? You know. It's about tempering your ambition with compassion and integrity. So, what does all this mean for you and your twin flame journey? Well, it could mean a few things. It could mean that you're facing some temptations, some challenges, some obstacles that are testing your resolve. It could mean that you're struggling with some unhealthy attachments, some limiting beliefs, some self-sabotaging behaviors. It could mean that you're being called to face your shadow, to acknowledge your imperfections, to embrace your whole self. But it also means that you have the power to overcome these challenges. You have the strength to break free from your limitations. You have the potential to transform your life. And the Carnelian dragon energy is there to fuel you, to empower you, to guide you. It's like you have this incredible force within you, this passionate momentum that can carry you to amazing places. But you need to be mindful of how you use it. You need to direct it wisely. You need to align it with your highest good. So, what can you do to navigate this devil energy? Well, first of all, be honest with yourself. Really examine your motivations, your desires, your attachments. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? What am I really craving? What am I really trying to control? And be willing to look at the answers, even if they're uncomfortable, even if they challenge your beliefs, even if they make you question everything you thought you knew. Then, practice self-compassion, be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself. Remember that you're human and that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have flaws, you're going to have weaknesses, and that's okay. It's part of being human, it's part of the journey, so don't beat yourself up about it. Just acknowledge it, accept it, and move on. And set healthy boundaries. This is so important, especially in twin flame relationships. Be clear about your needs, your values, your limits. Don't compromise yourself for anyone. Don't let anyone control you. Don't let anyone take advantage of you, and be willing to walk away if necessary. Be willing to let go of the relationship if it's not serving your highest good. And connect with your intuition. Listen to your inner voice. Trust your gut. Your intuition is always guiding you, always showing you the way. But you need to be willing to listen. You need to be willing to trust. You need to be willing to follow its guidance, even if it doesn't make sense to your logical mind. And practice gratitude. Focus on what you have rather than what you lack. Appreciate the good things in your life. Acknowledge the blessings that surround you. Gratitude shifts your perspective, it changes your energy, it opens you up to receive even more good things, And connect with your spiritual practice, whatever that looks like for you. Meditation, prayer, yoga, spending time in nature, connecting with your guides, whatever helps you feel grounded, centered, and connected to something bigger than yourself. So the devil is a challenge, but it's also an opportunity. An opportunity to grow, to heal, to transform. An opportunity to break free from your limitations, to embrace your whole self, to live a more authentic, more fulfilling life. And the Carnelian dragon energy is there to support you, to empower you, to guide you on this journey. But we're not done yet. Because there are still 3 more cards to pull. And I have no idea what they're going to be. This is so exciting. Are you ready to see what's next? Okay, so here we go. The star. Oh my God, after the devil, that's a total 180, right? A complete turnaround. It's after all that intensity and shadow, we finally get some hope, some healing, some light. I mean, the star is just such a beautiful card. It's a breath of fresh air, So the star is all about hope, right? It's about faith, it's about healing, it's about inspiration. It's about believing in a brighter future, even when things seem dark. And after the devil, I'm sure things might feel a little dark right now. But the star is here to say, no, 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 don't give up. There's still light at the end of the tunnel, And the star is often depicted as a naked woman kneeling by a pool of water, pouring water from 2 pitchers. And that image is so powerful, right? It's she's pouring out her energy, her love, her creativity into the world. She's giving freely, without expecting anything in return. And she's naked, which represents vulnerability, authenticity, and a willingness to be seen for who you truly are. So in the context of the Hermit, the Fool, the Knight of Swords, and the Devil, the star is Okay, you've done your soul searching, you've taken a leap of faith, you've charged forward, you've faced your demons. Now it's time to heal. It's time to believe in yourself again. It's time to have faith in the universe. You know, it's like after all that intense energy, the star is like a gentle rain, washing away all the negativity and leaving you feeling refreshed and renewed. And like, remember the hermit, right? The hermit is all about going within, about finding your own inner light. So like, the star is like, okay, you found your inner light. Now it's time to share it with the world. You know, it's like you've spent so much time focusing on yourself, on your own healing, on your own growth. And that's amazing. But now it's time to use that energy to help others, to inspire others, to spread hope and healing to the world. You know, it's like you've become a beacon of light and now it's time to shine. And like the Fool, right? The Fool is all about taking a leap of faith, about trusting in the universe. So, like, the star is like, okay, you've taken that leap of faith. Now it's time to trust that the universe has your back. You know. It's like you've stepped into the unknown, and now you need to have faith that everything is going to be okay. You need to believe that the universe is conspiring to help you, to guide you, to support you on your journey. You know, it's like you're not alone. The universe is with you every step of the way. And like the Knight of Swords, right? The Knight of Swords is all about action, about drive, about focus. So, like, the star is like, okay, you've been charging forward with all this energy. Now it's time to slow down, to breathe, to connect with your inner peace. You know. It's like you've been so focused on achieving your goals, on making things happen, that you've forgotten to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself, to just be. And the star is a reminder that it's okay to slow down, it's okay to rest, it's okay to just be present in the moment. You know, it's like you don't have to constantly be doing something to be worthy. You are worthy just as you are. And like the devil, right? The devil is all about facing your shadows, about breaking free from your limitations. So, like, the star is like, okay, you've faced your shadows. Now it's time to heal from them. You know. It's like you've acknowledged your dark side, you've accepted your imperfections, and now you can start to move forward with more self-love, more self-compassion, more self-acceptance. It's like you've released the chains that were binding you, and now you're free to fly. So, like, in the context of a twin flame journey, the star could mean a few things. It could mean that you're finally starting to heal from past wounds, from past traumas, from past relationships. It could mean that you're starting to believe in the possibility of a happy and healthy relationship with your twin flame. It could mean that you're starting to trust in the universe, to trust that everything is happening for a reason, even if you don't understand it right now. You know, and like, it could also mean that you need to focus on self-love and self-care. Twin flame journeys can be so intense, so all-consuming, that it's easy to forget about yourself. It's easy to put your own needs on the back burner. But the star is a reminder that you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of yourself, you need to nurture yourself, you need to fill yourself up with love and energy so that you can be a better partner, a better friend, a better human being. You know, so like, what specific challenges and opportunities might be coming your way with the star? Well, like, one challenge could be releasing expectations. Twin flame relationships are often romanticized, right? We see all these stories about instant connection, unconditional love, and happily ever after. But the reality is, twin flame relationships can be really challenging. They can be full of ups and downs, twists and turns, and unexpected surprises. And like, the star is asking you to release your expectations, to let go of your fantasies, and to just accept the relationship for what it is. You know, it's like, stop trying to control the outcome, stop trying to force things to happen, and just surrender to the flow of the universe. And like, another challenge could be embracing vulnerability. The star is naked, right? She's completely exposed, and that represents vulnerability. It represents a willingness to be seen for who you truly are, flaws and all. And like, that can be really scary, especially in a twin flame relationship. You might be afraid of getting hurt, you might be afraid of being rejected, you might be afraid of not being good enough. But the star is asking you to embrace your vulnerability, to open your heart, and to allow yourself to be truly seen and loved for who you are. You know, it's like the more vulnerable you are, the more authentic you are, the deeper your connection with your twin flame will be. But there are also so many opportunities with the star. One opportunity is to find peace and serenity within. Twin flame journeys can be so chaotic, so emotional, so overwhelming. But the star is a reminder that you can always find peace within yourself. You can always connect with your inner calm, your inner wisdom, your inner strength. It's even when the external world is in chaos, you can still find a sense of serenity within your own heart. And another opportunity is to trust your intuition. The star is all about trusting in the universe, right? And that includes trusting your own intuition. Your intuition is your inner guidance system. It's your connection to the divine. It's your ability to know things without knowing why. And the star is asking you to listen to your intuition, to trust your gut, to follow your heart, even when it doesn't make sense to your logical mind. It's your intuition will always lead you in the right direction. So how can you embrace the star's energy in your life? Well, first of all, practice self-care. Take time for yourself, do things that make you happy, nurture your body, mind, and soul. Get enough sleep, eat healthy food, exercise, spend time in nature, meditate, read inspiring books, listen to uplifting music, connect with loved ones, do whatever it takes to fill yourself up with love and energy. And practice gratitude. Focus on what you have rather than what you lack. Appreciate the good things in your life. Acknowledge the blessings that surround you. Gratitude shifts your perspective, it changes your energy, it opens you up to receive even more good things. And connect with your spiritual practice, whatever that looks like for you. Meditation, prayer, yoga, spending time in nature, connecting with your guides, whatever helps you feel grounded, centered, and connected to something bigger than yourself. And release expectations. Let go of your fantasies, let go of your need to control the outcome, and just surrender to the flow of the universe. Trust that everything is happening for a reason, even if you don't understand it right now. And embrace vulnerability. Open your heart, allow yourself to be seen for who you truly are, flaws and all. Be willing to get hurt, be willing to be rejected, be willing to risk it all for love. So the star is a beautiful card, it's a hopeful card, it's a healing card. It's a reminder that even after the darkest of times, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. It's a reminder that you are loved, you are supported, and you are capable of anything you set your mind to. But we're not done yet. There's still one more card to pull, and I'm so curious to see what the universe has in store for you next. Are you ready? Oh my God, death, whoa, that's intense, right? Especially after the star. It's we had all this hope and healing and now, death, but don't freak out. Seriously, don't. Because death isn't about actual, physical death. It's about transformation. It's about endings that lead to new beginnings. It's about letting go of what no longer serves you so that you can create space for something better. Okay, so death is all about change, right? It's about the cyclical nature of life. It's about the fact that everything eventually comes to an end, but that every ending is also a new beginning. It's think of it like the seasons, Winter seems harsh and barren, but it's necessary for spring to arrive. And without the leaves falling in autumn, the trees can't grow stronger in the spring. Death is the same way. It's about clearing out the old to make way for the new. It's about releasing what's holding you back so that you can move forward. And it's not always easy, right? Letting go can be painful. It can be scary. It can feel like you're losing something important. But trust me, it's always worth it in the end. Because on the other side of that ending is a new beginning, a new opportunity, a new chance to create the life that you truly desire. So how does death play into all the other cards we've pulled? Okay, so remember the Hermit. All that time you spent alone, soul-searching? Well, death could be saying that it's time to let go of the old identity you formed during that isolation. It's time to shed the skin of the person you were before you went on that journey. Because, you're not that person anymore. You've grown, you've changed, you've evolved. And you need to embrace that new version of yourself. And that can be scary, right? Letting go of the familiar. But it's also incredibly liberating. It's like you're finally free to be who you truly are without any of the old baggage holding you back. And like, what about the Fool? That leap of faith you took? Well, Death is saying that you need to trust that leap even more now. You need to trust that the universe is guiding you, even when things seem uncertain. Because, like, endings are always uncertain. You never know what's going to happen next. But like, the Fool is all about embracing the unknown, right? And death is just another part of that unknown. It's a necessary part. It's like, you can't have a new adventure without closing the chapter on the old one. And like, it takes courage to step into that void, to trust that everything is going to be okay. But like, you have that courage inside of you. You just need to tap into it. Okay, and the Knight of Swords, all that fiery energy, that drive, that focus? Well, Death is saying that it's time to use that energy to cut away what no longer serves you. It's time to be decisive. It's time to take action. Because, like, sometimes you need to be ruthless in order to transform. You need to be willing to let go of the things that are holding you back, even if they're things you care about. And like, that can be hard, right? But like, the Knight of Swords is all about taking charge, about making things happen. And Death is just giving you the green light to do what needs to be done. It's like, okay, you have the power to change your life. Now use it. And the Devil? Oh man, that's a big one, right? All those chains, all those attachments. Well, Death is saying that it's time to break free from them. Permanently. It's time to release those unhealthy patterns, those limiting beliefs, those toxic relationships. It's time to reclaim your power. And like, this isn't going to be easy. The Devil's chains are strong. They've been holding you back for a long time. But like, death is all about transformation, right? And you have the power to transform your life. You have the power to break those chains. You just need to believe in yourself. And like, you need to be willing to face your fears, to confront your demons, to do whatever it takes to set yourself free. And finally, the Star. All that hope, all that healing? Well, Death is saying that it's time to embrace the new beginning that's coming after all that healing. It's like, you've been through a lot. You've faced your shadows, you've released your attachments, you've healed your wounds. And now you're ready to start fresh. You're ready to create a life that's aligned with your soul's purpose. And like, that's an amazing feeling, right? To feel like you're finally on the right path. To feel like you're finally living your truth. But like, it also takes courage to step into that new beginning. It takes faith to trust that everything is going to be okay. But like, the Star is all about hope, right? And you have that hope inside of you. You just need to nurture it, to believe in it, to let it guide you forward. So, like, what does all this mean for your twin flame journey? Well, it could mean that it's time to let go of the idealized version of your relationship. It's time to accept the reality of what is, rather than clinging to the fantasy of what could be. Twin flame journeys are intense, right? They're full of ups and downs. And like, sometimes you need to let go of the idea that everything is going to be perfect. You need to accept that there will be challenges, there will be disagreements, there will be periods of separation. But like, that doesn't mean the relationship is doomed. It just means that you're both growing, you're both evolving, you're both learning important lessons. And like, sometimes the greatest growth comes from the most difficult experiences. And it could also mean that it's time to let go of the need to control the relationship. Twin flame connections are powerful, right? They can feel all-consuming. And like, it's easy to get caught up in the drama, to try to force things to happen, to manipulate the situation to get what you want. But like, that never works. Twin flame relationships are all about surrender, about trust, about allowing the universe to guide you. And like, the more you try to control the relationship, the more it will resist. So like, let go of the reins, surrender to the flow, trust that everything is happening for a reason. So like, how can you embrace this transformative energy of death? Well, like, first of all, surrender. Stop resisting the changes that are happening in your life. Stop clinging to the past. Stop trying to control the future. Just surrender to the present moment. Accept what is. And like, trust that everything is happening for your highest good, even if you don't understand it right now. And like, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself during this time of transition. It's not easy to let go. It's not easy to face your fears. It's not easy to step into the unknown. So like, be gentle with yourself. Nurture yourself. give yourself permission to feel whatever you're feeling. And like, remember that you're not alone. You have the universe supporting you, guiding you, and loving you every step of the way. And like, trust the process. Transformation takes time. It's not always linear. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, but like, trust that you're on the right path. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be. And like, trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. And like, remember that Carnelian dragon energy, right? The flowing energy. That's what's going to carry you through this transformation. That's what's going to help you let go of the old and embrace the new. That's what's going to give you the courage to step into the unknown. So like, tap into that energy. Feel it flowing through you and let it guide you forward. Okay, so death is a powerful card, but it's not a scary card. It's a card of transformation, of release, of new beginnings. And like, you have the power to embrace that energy, to use it to create a life that's aligned with your soul's purpose. You've faced your shadows, you've healed your wounds, and now you're ready to step into your full potential. And like, I'm so excited to see what's next for you. I have no idea what that final card is going to be, but I just know it's going to be amazing. Are you ready? Oh my goodness, the Six of Wands. Okay, so like first impression? Yes, like a win. After all that intense, like soul-searching and shadow work, it's like a breath of fresh air to see some, like, outward success, right? Public recognition, victory, feeling accomplished. You're being acknowledged, you're being celebrated. It's like you've done something amazing and the world is taking notice. But like, hold on a second. Let's not get too carried away, okay? Because like, this is tarot, right? And nothing is ever just like straightforward, sunshine and rainbows. There's always more to the story. So, like with the Six of Wands, we need to ask ourselves, what kind of victory is this? Is it a genuine, authentic victory? Or is it like a hollow victory? Is it something that truly aligns with your soul's purpose? Or is it just like an ego boost? And like, how does it connect to all the other cards we've pulled? Because like, that's where things get really interesting. Remember the Hermit? All that time you spent alone, going inward, connecting with your inner wisdom. Well, like, the Six of Wands could be saying that it's time to bring that wisdom out into the world. It's time to share your gifts, your talents, your insights with others. It's like you've been hiding your light for too long and now it's time to shine. But like, it could also be a warning. Are you like letting the recognition go to your head? Are you forgetting the lessons you learned during your time as the Hermit? Are you like becoming too focused on external validation rather than staying true to yourself? And like the Fool, that leap of faith you took. Well, the Six of Wands could be saying that your leap paid off. You took a risk, you trusted in the universe, and now you're being rewarded for it. It's like the universe is saying, yes, you did it, I'm so proud of you. But like, it could also be a test. Are you like getting complacent? Are you like resting on your laurels? Are you like forgetting that the journey is just beginning? Because like the Fool is all about new beginnings, right? And the Six of Wands is just one step on that journey. And like the Knight of Swords. All that action, that drive, that focus? Well, the Six of Wands could be saying that your hard work has paid off. You've been putting in the effort, you've been staying focused on your goals, and now you're seeing the results. It's like you're a force to be reckoned with, but like, it could also be a caution. Are you like pushing yourself too hard? Are you like burning yourself out? Are you like sacrificing your well-being for the sake of success? Because like the Knight of Swords can be a little reckless sometimes, right? And the Six of Wands is just one victory. It's not worth sacrificing your health or your happiness for. And like the Devil, oh man, this is where it gets tricky. Because like the Devil is all about attachments, right? And the Six of Wands could be saying that you're becoming attached to the recognition, to the praise, to the feeling of being successful. It's like you're starting to define yourself by your accomplishments rather than by your inner worth. And like, that can be really dangerous because it can lead to ego inflation, to arrogance, to a sense of superiority. It's like you're starting to believe that you're better than everyone else, and that's just not true. Everyone has their own unique gifts and talents, and everyone deserves to be celebrated. And like the Star, all that hope, that healing, that faith, well, the Six of Wands could be saying that your success is inspiring others. You're showing them that it's possible to achieve their dreams, that it's possible to overcome their challenges, that it's possible to create a better life for themselves. It's like you're a beacon of light, shining your light for others to see. But it could also be a reminder to stay humble, to remember where you came from, to remember the struggles you've faced, to remember that everyone is on their own journey and that everyone deserves compassion and understanding. And like death, all that transformation, that letting go, well, the Six of Wands could be saying that you need to let go of the old version of yourself that didn't believe in your own success. It's time to embrace the new version of yourself that knows you're capable of anything. It's like you've shed the skin of the old you, and now you're ready to step into your power. But it could also be a reminder that all things must pass. That success is fleeting. That fame is temporary. And that the only thing that truly matters is your inner growth, your spiritual development, your connection to the divine. So, what does all this mean for your twin flame journey? Well, it could mean that you're finally attracting the attention of your twin flame. They're seeing your success, they're recognizing your light, and they're being drawn to you. It's like you're vibrating at a higher frequency, and they're picking up on that energy. But it could also be a warning to not let your ego get in the way. Twin flame relationships are all about unconditional love, right? And ego has no place in that. So, if you're starting to feel superior to your twin flame, or if you're starting to demand their attention, or if you're starting to manipulate the situation to get what you want, then you're on the wrong track. You need to come from a place of humility, of compassion, of understanding. So, how can you harness the Six of Wands energy in a positive way? Well, first of all, celebrate your successes, acknowledge your accomplishments. Give yourself credit for all the hard work you've put in, but don't let it go to your head. Stay humble, stay grounded, stay connected to your inner wisdom, and use your success to inspire others. Share your knowledge, your insights, your gifts with the world. Be a beacon of light for those who are struggling. And stay focused on your goals. Don't let the distractions of fame or fortune derail you from your path. Keep your eye on the prize. And remember that success is not the destination. It's just a stop along the way. The real journey is the journey of self-discovery, of spiritual growth, of unconditional love. And remember that Carnelian dragon energy? That flowing, passionate momentum? Well, the Six of Wands is a great opportunity to harness that energy and direct it towards your goals. Use that passion to fuel your success. Use that momentum to keep moving forward. But be mindful of where you're directing that energy. Make sure it's aligned with your soul's purpose. Make sure it's serving the greater good. Because that Carnelian dragon energy can be a powerful force, but it needs to be channeled wisely. It's you can use it to build something amazing, or you can use it to destroy everything in its path. The choice is yours. So, what specific challenges and opportunities might be coming your way? Well, one challenge could be dealing with jealousy or envy from others. When you're successful, people are going to notice. And some of them are going to be happy for you, but others are going to be jealous or envious. And that's just human nature. But you need to be prepared for it. Don't let their negativity bring you down. Stay focused on your own path. And another challenge could be maintaining your integrity. When you're in the spotlight, it's easy to get caught up in the drama, to compromise your values, to make decisions that you'll later regret. So, stay true to yourself. Stay ethical. Stay honest. And another opportunity could be attracting new and exciting opportunities. Success breeds success, right? And when you're successful, people are going to want to work with you, to partner with you, to invest in you. So, be open to new possibilities. Be willing to take risks. Be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. So, the Six of Wands is a card of victory, of recognition, of success. But it's also a card of responsibility. It's a reminder that with great power comes great responsibility. It's you have the power to inspire others, to make a difference in the world, to create a life that's aligned with your soul's purpose. But you need to use that power wisely. You need to stay humble, to stay grounded, to stay connected to your inner wisdom. Okay, so, where do we go from here? I have no idea. This is so exciting. What's the universe going to throw at you next? It could be anything. More challenges, more opportunities, more twists and turns. I can't wait to find out. Are you ready to see the next card? Oh my God, the Two of Swords. Okay, so, what's your gut reaction to this card? I bet it's a little conflicted, right? Because that's what this card is all about. Choices, decisions, being at a crossroads. It's about, having two options in front of you and feeling totally unsure about which way to go. It's like you're blindfolded, right? You can't see clearly. You're holding these two swords, and they're kind of blocking you, keeping you stuck in this place of indecision. But, the thing is, you do have the power to choose. You just need to tap into your intuition, to trust yourself, and to make a conscious decision about which path to take. So, in the context of everything else we've seen in this reading. Wow, this is huge. This isn't just about a simple choice. It's about integrating everything you've learned and stepping into your power. So, remember the hermit. All that time you spent alone, searching for answers within? Well, the Two of Swords is saying that it's time to use that inner wisdom to make a decision. You've done the work, you've listened to your intuition, and now it's time to act. But the thing is, you can't let your emotions cloud your judgment. You need to be objective, to weigh the pros and cons, and to make a decision that's aligned with your highest good, not just with what your heart wants in this moment. Because, sometimes what your heart wants isn't actually what's best for you, right? It's about discerning, about seeing clearly. And the Fool. That leap of faith you took? The Two of Swords is asking you, did that leap land you where you expected? Did you find what you were looking for? Because, sometimes we take leaps of faith and they lead us to amazing places. But sometimes they lead us to dead ends. And, if that's the case, it's okay to change course. It's okay to admit that something isn't working and to choose a different path. It doesn't mean you failed. It just means you learned something. You now have more data. It's all information, And like the Knight of Swords, all that drive and ambition, well, the Two of Swords is telling you to, pause for a second. Take a breath. Don't just rush headfirst into a decision without thinking it through. Because, sometimes our ambition can blind us. We can get so focused on achieving our goals that we forget to consider the consequences of our actions. So, take a step back, assess the situation, and make a decision that's both strategic and aligned with your values. And, oh my God, the Devil. That's a big one, right? The Two of Swords is asking you, are you still holding onto any of those old chains, those old attachments? Are you letting fear or obligation dictate your choices? Because, if you are, you're never going to be able to make a truly free decision. You're going to be stuck in this cycle of indecision, always feeling pulled in two different directions. So, you need to break free from those chains. You need to release those limiting beliefs. And you need to choose the path that's aligned with your authentic self, even if it's scary. And after all that, the Star. After all that hope and healing, the Two of Swords is are you truly believing in yourself? Are you trusting your intuition? Because, you have all the answers you need inside of you. You just need to quiet the noise, to connect with your inner guidance, and to trust that you know what's best for you. And like death, all that transformation, all that letting go. The Two of Swords is asking, what still needs to be released? What old patterns, what old beliefs are still blocking you from moving forward? Because, sometimes we think we've let go of everything, but there's always something more to release, something more to heal, something more to transform. And the Two of Swords is urging you to dig deep, to be honest with yourself, and to let go of whatever's still holding you back. Then, the Six of Wands, the success, the recognition. The Two of Swords is that external validation influencing your decision? Are you choosing a path because it looks good, because it's what people expect of you? Or are you choosing a path that truly resonates with your soul? Because, sometimes the most successful path isn't always the right path. Sometimes we need to choose the path that's less conventional, that's less popular, but that's more aligned with our inner truth. Okay, so, what does all this mean for your twin flame journey? Well, it could mean that you're facing a decision about the relationship itself. Are you going to commit to it fully? Are you going to take a step back? Are you going to walk away altogether? Or it could be a decision about how you're approaching the relationship. Are you going to keep trying to force things to happen? Are you going to surrender to the flow? Are you going to focus on your own healing and growth, regardless of what your twin flame is doing? Because, twin flame relationships are complicated, right? They're intense, they're challenging, and they often force us to confront our deepest fears and insecurities. And sometimes the best decision you can make is to just focus on yourself. To heal your own wounds, to build your own life, and to trust that whatever's meant to happen will happen. And the Two of Swords is urging you not to rush the decision. Don't feel pressured to choose one way or the other. Take your time, weigh your options, and trust that the answer will come to you when you're ready. And the Carnelian dragon energy we talked about at the beginning, that flowing, passionate energy, it's still there, but it's not about rushing into a decision. It's about using that energy to fuel your intuition, to trust your gut, and to make a choice that feels right for you. It's about letting that energy guide you towards the path that's most aligned with your soul's purpose. And remember, you're not alone in this. You have the universe supporting you, guiding you, and loving you every step of the way. You have the wisdom of the hermit, the faith of the fool, the courage of the Knight of Swords, the resilience to break free from the devil, the hope of the star, the transformative power of death, and the success of the Six of Wands. And now it's time to bring it all together. To make a conscious decision about which path to take, to trust yourself, and to step into your power. So what actionable steps can you take right now? Well, first, quiet the noise. Turn off the TV, put down your phone, and find a quiet space where you can be alone with your thoughts. Then, connect with your intuition. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and ask yourself, what do I truly want? What feels right for me? And listen to the answers that come to you, even if they don't make logical sense. And weigh your options. Make a list of the pros and cons of each path, but don't just focus on the practical considerations. Also consider how each path makes you feel. Which path brings you joy? Which path brings you peace? And trust yourself. You have all the answers you need inside of you. You just need to tap into them. So stop doubting yourself. Stop second-guessing yourself. And trust that you know what's best for you. And make a decision. Don't stay stuck in indecision forever. Choose a path, commit to it fully, and trust that the universe will support you. Okay, so this is it. This is the end of the reading. And I just want to say, I'm so incredibly proud of you. You've been through so much and you've come so far. You've faced your fears, you've healed your wounds, and you've stepped into your power. And now it's time to make a decision about your future. And I know you're going to make the right choice, because you have everything you need inside of you. You have the wisdom, the courage, the faith, and the love. So go out there and create the life that you truly desire. And remember, I'm always here for you, cheering you on every step of the way. Hi there, welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. For those of you who chose the turquoise moon, this crystal is all about nurturing, so the energy here is very gentle and supportive. And our theme today is emotional harmony, cultivating inner peace and understanding. So, let's dive in and see what messages these cards have for you. Okay, the first card we have is the Page of Wands, then the Lovers, and finally Judgment. Wow, okay. Immediately, I'm getting this feeling of new beginnings, big choices, and a major wake-up call. It's you're at the start of something really exciting, but there are some important decisions you need to make, decisions that could lead to massive transformation. Does that make sense? So let's start with the Page of Wands. Pages, in general, often represent new beginnings, fresh starts, and that spark of inspiration. With the Wands suit, this is all about passion, creativity, and energy. This page is this burst of enthusiasm, this idea that's just taken root and you're so excited about it. Okay. Now, I feel for some of you, this might be a new idea related to your career or a creative project. Something that you are just starting, but for many of you, because it's a twin flame reading, this really feels like the very early stages of a connection with someone. Maybe you've just met them, or you've known them for a while but are starting to see them in a new light. It's suddenly there's this ping, this spark of attraction, this feeling of excitement and possibility. Does that resonate? And what I love about the Page of Wands is that it's pure potential. It's not fully formed yet, but it's full of promise. You might be feeling really optimistic and energized about this connection, and that's fantastic. This card is telling you to embrace that excitement, to explore that spark, but also to be mindful of the fact that it's still early days. Don't get carried away, okay? Don't start planning the wedding just yet, haha. Just kidding. Mostly. But seriously, enjoy the newness of it all. Enjoy getting to know this person, enjoy the butterflies, but try to stay grounded too. Remember our theme, emotional harmony? It's about finding that balance between excitement and inner peace. I feel like the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon is really important here. You need to nurture yourself during this time. Make sure you're taking care of your own needs, that you're not getting so caught up in the excitement of this new connection that you forget about yourself. Does that make sense? It's easy to do, trust me, I've been there. You know, you meet someone and you just want to spend all your time with them, you want to know everything about them. But it's so important to maintain your own sense of self, to keep doing the things that make you happy, to stay connected to your friends and family. Because if you don't, you're going to burn out, you're going to lose yourself in the relationship, and that's not healthy for anyone. So, nurture yourself, take things slow, and enjoy the ride. Okay? Now, with the Page of Wands, there's also a sense of adventure, a desire to explore new things. This could mean that you're both feeling drawn to try new experiences together. Maybe you're planning a trip, or you're taking a class together, or you're just exploring new restaurants in your city. Whatever it is, embrace that sense of adventure. It's a great way to bond and create lasting memories. But again, remember the emotional harmony. Don't force anything. If one of you is feeling hesitant about something, don't push it. Be respectful of each other's boundaries and comfort zones. It's all about finding that balance, that sweet spot where you're both feeling excited and comfortable. Okay, so that's the Page of Wands. New beginnings, excitement, adventure, but also the need for self-care and emotional harmony. Now, let's move on to the Lovers. Oh, this is getting juicy. The Lovers card, of course, is all about relationships, partnerships, and connections. But it's not just about romantic love, although that's definitely a big part of it. It's also about choices, decisions, and aligning yourself with what truly resonates with your soul. Does that make sense? In a twin flame context, the Lovers card can represent the deep soul connection that you share with this person. It's like you're mirrors to each other, reflecting back each other's strengths and weaknesses. You challenge each other to grow, to become the best versions of yourselves. It can also represent the harmony that comes when twin flames unite. But here's the thing, the Lovers card is not always easy. It often involves making difficult choices, facing tough decisions, and confronting your own inner demons. Because twin flame relationships are so intense, they can trigger all sorts of unresolved issues and insecurities. I mean, that's kind of the point, right? To help you heal and evolve, but it can be painful in the process. So, with the Lovers here, it's like you're being asked to really examine this relationship, to see if it's truly aligned with your highest good. Are you both on the same page? Are you both committed to growth and healing? Are you both willing to do the work that's required to make this relationship thrive? These are tough questions, I know, but they're important questions. And the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon is here to support you in this process. Remember, be gentle with yourself, be patient with yourself, and trust your intuition. You know what's best for you, deep down. Okay, so let's dive a little deeper into the choices aspect of the Lovers card. What choices are you being asked to make in this relationship? Well, it could be something as simple as deciding whether or not to commit to a more serious relationship. Or it could be something more complex, like deciding whether or not to forgive past hurts and move forward together. It could also be about choosing to prioritize this relationship over other things in your life. Are you willing to make sacrifices for this person? Are you willing to put in the time and effort that's required to nurture this connection? These are all important considerations. And I feel like the key here is to make choices that are aligned with your values, with your truth. Don't make choices based on fear or guilt or obligation. Make choices based on love and trust and a deep sense of knowing that this is the right path for you. Now, I also want to talk about the harmony aspect of the Lovers card. When you're in alignment with your soul, when you're making choices that are true to yourself, you create harmony in your life. And that harmony radiates outwards, affecting all of your relationships, including your twin flame connection. But harmony doesn't mean that everything is always perfect and easy. It means that you're able to navigate the challenges and the difficulties with grace and compassion. It means that you're able to communicate effectively, to resolve conflicts peacefully, and to support each other through the tough times. And again, the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon is here to help you cultivate that harmony. Remember to be kind to yourself, to be kind to your partner, and to create a space of safety and trust in your relationship. That's where true harmony can flourish. Okay, so that's the lovers. Choices, decisions, harmony, and a deep soul connection. Now, let's move on to the final card, Judgment. Oh, buckle up, because this is where things get really interesting. The Judgment card is all about awakening, rebirth, and transformation. It's about shedding the old and embracing the new. It's about rising above your limitations and stepping into your full potential. In a twin flame context, the Judgment card can represent a major turning point in your journey. It's like you're being called to release the past, to forgive yourself and others, and to embrace a new level of consciousness. It's about recognizing the lessons you've learned, the growth you've experienced, and the wisdom you've gained. This can be a really intense card because it often involves confronting your shadow self, the parts of yourself that you've been hiding or denying. It can also involve facing uncomfortable truths about your relationship, about your patterns, and about your beliefs. But here's the thing, this is all happening for your highest good. The universe is pushing you to evolve, to grow, and to become the best version of yourself. And the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon is here to support you in this process. Remember to be gentle with yourself, to be compassionate with yourself, and to trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this awakening. What are you being awakened to? Well, it could be a new understanding of yourself, of your purpose, or of your connection with your twin flame. It could be a realization that you've been holding onto old wounds or limiting beliefs that are preventing you from moving forward. It could also be a sudden clarity about the direction you need to take in your life, in your relationship, or in your career. It's like the scales fall from your eyes and you see things in a whole new light. And it can be both exhilarating and terrifying at the same time. But the key is to embrace this awakening, to allow yourself to be transformed by it. Don't resist it, don't cling to the old, and don't be afraid to step into the unknown. Because on the other side of this transformation is a new level of freedom, a new level of joy, and a new level of love. Now let's talk about the rebirth aspect of the Judgment card. This is all about creating a new beginning, a fresh start. It's about releasing the past and stepping into a new future. In your relationship, this could mean letting go of old patterns, old hurts, and old resentments. It could mean forgiving each other for past mistakes and creating a new foundation of trust, love, and respect. It could also mean redefining your relationship, creating new boundaries, and setting new intentions. It's like you're building a new house on the foundation of the old one, but this time, you're building it with more awareness, more intention, and more love. And the transformation aspect, this is about becoming the best version of yourself, both individually and as a couple. It's about challenging each other to grow, to evolve, and to step into your full potential. It's about supporting each other in your dreams, your goals, and your passions. It's about creating a relationship that is not only loving and supportive, but also inspiring and empowering. And the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon is here to help you create that transformation. Remember to be patient with yourself, to be patient with your partner, and to trust that you're both capable of amazing things. So, to summarize, with the Page of Wands, the Lovers, and Judgment, it really feels like you are at the cusp of some seriously big changes. Be open to new beginnings, choose wisely, and embrace the transformation. Okay, so, wow, with the Page of Wands, the Lovers, and Judgment, it really feels like you are at the cusp of some seriously big changes. Be open to new beginnings, choose wisely, and embrace the transformation. And now we pull the Justice card. Okay, so Justice. My initial reaction is like truth, fairness, balance. It's all about things being brought into alignment. But in a twin flame context, that can be a really, really big deal. So how does this connect to the other cards? Well, with the Page of Wands, you have this new beginning, this spark of excitement. Then, with the Lovers, you're faced with choices about this connection, about whether it's truly aligned with your soul. And with Judgment, you're going through this major awakening and transformation. Now, Justice comes in and says, okay, but is this all fair? Is it balanced? Are you being honest with yourself and with each other? Does that make sense? It's like the universe is asking you to take a step back and assess the situation objectively. Because Justice is all about fairness, karmic balance, and seeing things as they truly are without rose-colored glasses. So, it's about cause and effect. What actions have led to this point, and what are the potential consequences of your choices moving forward? In a twin flame relationship, this can be especially important because these connections are so intense and sometimes so, imbalanced. One person might be giving way more than the other. One person might be, avoiding the truth or, not taking responsibility for their actions. And the Justice card is like, nope, we need to even the playing field here. So let's dive deeper into what this might mean for you. Are you feeling like things are unfair in this connection? Is there something that's weighing on you, something that feels out of balance? Maybe you feel like you're putting in all the effort and the other person isn't reciprocating. Or maybe you feel like you're constantly making sacrifices and they're not. Maybe there's a lack of honesty, either from you or from them. Are you being truly authentic with each other, or are you holding back? Are you afraid of being vulnerable? Are you sugarcoating things to avoid conflict? Or are they? The Justice card is calling for radical honesty. You need to be real with yourself and with each other about what's working and what's not. If something feels off, you need to address it. You can't just sweep it under the rug. And this could also be about karma, about past actions coming back to influence the present. Maybe there are unresolved issues from previous relationships that are affecting this connection. Or maybe there are patterns of behavior that you both need to break. Justice is about reaping what you sow. So, if you've been acting in integrity, with kindness and compassion, then you're likely to see positive results. But if you've been acting out of ego, or fear, or selfishness, then you might be facing some challenges right now. So, okay, let's think about some specific scenarios. Maybe you're in a situation where you're constantly giving, and you're not receiving anything in return. This could be emotionally, physically, or even financially. The Justice card is saying that this isn't sustainable. You need to establish some boundaries. You need to start prioritizing your own needs. You need to ask for what you deserve. And if the other person isn't willing to meet you halfway, then you need to seriously reconsider whether this relationship is healthy for you. Or maybe you're dealing with a situation where there's been a breach of trust. Maybe someone lied, or cheated, or betrayed you in some way. The Justice card is saying that you have a right to be angry. You have a right to feel hurt. But you also have a responsibility to address the situation directly and honestly. You can't just pretend that it didn't happen. You need to talk about it, you need to understand what happened, and you need to decide whether you can forgive and move forward, or whether it's time to cut ties. That's a tough one, I know. But sometimes, the most just thing to do is to walk away. And this also connects back to the Lovers card, to the choices you're being asked to make. Are you choosing to stay in a situation that's unfair or unbalanced? Are you choosing to tolerate dishonesty or disrespect? Or are you choosing to stand up for yourself, to demand what you deserve, and to create a relationship that's based on mutual respect, trust, and equality? Those are really important questions, and the Justice card is urging you to answer them honestly. Now, the challenges with justice are that it can be really hard to face the truth. It can be painful to admit that things aren't perfect, or that you've made mistakes, or that someone you care about has hurt you. It's easier to just bury your head in the sand and pretend that everything is okay. But the Justice card is saying that you can't do that anymore. You need to confront the reality of the situation, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. And you need to take responsibility for your own actions. You can't blame others for your problems. You need to own your part in the situation and be willing to make amends. And this connects to the transformation aspect of the Judgment card, right? Because you can't truly transform until you've faced your shadows, until you've acknowledged your flaws, and until you've taken responsibility for your actions. The Justice card is a necessary step in that process. It's like you have to clean up the mess before you can build something new. But here's the thing, with the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon, this isn't about being harsh or judgmental. It's about being fair and compassionate, both with yourself and with others. It's about finding a way to create balance and harmony in your life, even when things are difficult. Remember our theme, emotional harmony? Justice can actually bring a sense of inner peace. Because when you know that you're acting in integrity, when you know that you're standing up for what's right, you can feel a sense of calm and confidence, even in the midst of chaos. And that's what the turquoise moon is here to support you with. It's about nurturing yourself, taking care of your emotional needs, and finding that inner balance so you can navigate these challenges with grace and strength. So the Justice card is really urging you to take a good, hard look at this connection, to see where things might be out of balance, to address any issues of fairness or honesty, and to take responsibility for your own actions. It's not always easy, but it's necessary for creating a healthy and fulfilling twin flame relationship. Okay? So, with all of that said, I'm super curious to see what the next cards reveal. Will they offer more clarity on the specific areas where justice is needed, or will they provide guidance on how to achieve that balance and harmony? It's like we're building this story piece by piece, and each card is adding a new layer of understanding. Okay, so with all of that said, I'm super curious to see what the next cards reveal. Will they offer more clarity on the specific areas where justice is needed, or will they provide guidance on how to achieve that balance and harmony? It's like we're building this story piece by piece, and each card is adding a new layer of understanding. And now, drum roll please. We have the sun. Oh my gosh. After all that intensity, after all those big questions, we get the sun. This is just pure, unadulterated joy, happiness, and vitality. It's like a big burst of sunshine after a long storm, finally. So, the sun, in general, represents positivity, optimism, success, and abundance. It's about feeling good in your own skin, about embracing your inner child, and about radiating light and warmth to those around you. It's like everything is just flowing, everything is easy, and you're just feeling incredibly happy and fulfilled. It's that simple, pure, childlike joy. But what does this mean in the context of your twin flame journey, and how does it connect to the other cards we've already pulled? Well, let's dive in, shall we? Because I'm already feeling like this is going to be good. First, let's think about the Page of Wands. Remember that spark of inspiration, that new beginning? The sun is like the full bloom of that initial spark. It's like all that potential is now being realized. You're feeling confident, you're feeling energized, and you're just so excited about where this connection is going. It's like that initial excitement has now blossomed into a deep sense of joy and fulfillment. You're not just excited about the possibilities anymore, you're actually experiencing them. This is a really good sign, a really, really good sign. I feel like the sun is saying that this new beginning is going to bring you so much happiness and success. But here's the thing, the sun isn't just about receiving joy, it's also about radiating it. So, with this connection, you're not just feeling good yourself, you're also bringing joy to the other person. You're inspiring them, you're uplifting them, and you're helping them to see the world in a more positive light. It's like you're both basking in the sunshine of this connection, and it's just making everything better. Does that make sense? And remember the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon? This is where that comes in. You need to nurture that joy, you need to protect that light, and you need to make sure that you're both feeling supported and loved. Because sometimes, when things are going really well, it's easy to get complacent, it's easy to take things for granted. But the turquoise moon is reminding you to stay grounded, to stay grateful, and to continue nurturing this connection with love and care. Okay, so now let's move on to the lovers. Remember those choices, those decisions that you're being asked to make? The sun is saying that if you make the right choices, if you align yourself with your truth, then you will find immense joy and happiness in this relationship. It's like the sun is illuminating the path forward, showing you the way to create a connection that is truly fulfilling and authentic. You know, the lovers can sometimes feel like a crossroads, like you're being pulled in different directions. But the sun is saying that there is a clear path, a path that leads to joy, to love, and to harmony. You just need to trust your intuition, make choices that are aligned with your values, and have faith that everything will work out for the best. And remember that the decisions you made and the choices you have made are the right ones, even if they feel scary. This card is kind of a reassurance and validation that you are on the right track. And the choices that you made and the choices that you continue to make are good ones, so have faith and keep going. Trust in the process. The sun is also highlighting the importance of communication in this relationship. Because if you're not being open and honest with each other, if you're not sharing your feelings and your needs, then it's going to be hard to create that deep sense of joy and fulfillment. So, the sun is encouraging you to be vulnerable, to be authentic, and to communicate with love and compassion, even when it's difficult, even when it's scary. It's like the sun is shining a light on any hidden areas, any unspoken truths, and helping you to bring them out into the open. You know, sometimes it's easier to just avoid conflict, to just pretend that everything is okay. But the sun is saying that true joy comes from facing those challenges head-on, from communicating openly and honestly, and from working together to create a relationship that is based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. Okay, so what about judgment? How does the sun connect to that major awakening and transformation? Well, the sun is like the result of that transformation. It's like you've shed the old, you've embraced the new, and now you're stepping into your full potential. You're feeling confident, you're feeling empowered, and you're just radiating light and warmth to the world. It's like all that hard work, all that self-reflection, all that healing has finally paid off, and you're now experiencing the joy and freedom that comes from being your true, authentic self. And this is huge in a twin flame context, because twin flame relationships are all about growth and transformation. They're about challenging each other to become the best versions of yourselves and about supporting each other on that journey. So, with the sun here, it's like you've both reached a new level of consciousness, a new level of understanding, and a new level of love. You're seeing each other in a whole new light, and you're appreciating each other for who you truly are. You know. The sun is also highlighting the importance of self-love in this transformation, because you can't truly love someone else until you love yourself. So, the sun is encouraging you to embrace your flaws, to accept your imperfections, and to celebrate your strengths. It's like the sun is shining a light on all the amazing things about you, reminding you of your worth, your value, and your unique gifts. And when you love yourself, you're able to love others more fully, more authentically, and more unconditionally. And that's what this twin flame connection is all about. Now, let's talk about justice. This is where it gets really interesting, because justice is all about fairness and balance. So, how does the sun interact with that? Well, the sun is like the reward for acting in integrity. It's like when you're being honest with yourself and with others, when you're standing up for what's right, and when you're treating everyone with fairness and compassion, then you will be rewarded with joy, happiness, and abundance. The sun is saying that the universe is aligning in your favor, that things are falling into place, and that you're finally reaping the rewards of your good deeds. You know, it's like you've sown the seeds of kindness, compassion, and integrity, and now you're harvesting a bountiful crop of joy and fulfillment. But here's the thing, the sun isn't just about receiving rewards, it's also about paying it forward. So, with this connection, you're not just experiencing joy and happiness yourself, you're also sharing it with others. You're using your light and your warmth to make the world a better place, to inspire others to be their best selves, and to spread love and compassion wherever you go. It's like you're becoming a beacon of hope for others, showing them that it is possible to find joy and fulfillment, even in the midst of challenges and difficulties. And remember that karmic balance? This is it right here. All the work you have done is coming back to you in beautiful and wonderful ways. Trust that the tide has turned in your favor. Now is the time to celebrate your wins and the progress you have made. You deserve it. Okay, so, with all this positivity, are there any potential challenges? Well, of course. No journey is without its bumps in the road. One potential challenge with the sun is that it can sometimes lead to overconfidence or complacency. It's like, when things are going really well, it's easy to get cocky, to think that you've got it all figured out. But the sun is reminding you to stay humble, to stay grounded, and to continue working on yourself, even when things are going great. And another potential challenge is that the sun can sometimes blind you to potential problems. It's like, when you're so focused on the positive, it's easy to ignore any warning signs or red flags. But the sun is also encouraging you to be realistic, to be aware of any potential challenges, and to address them proactively. So don't get too caught up in the sunshine that you forget to check the weather forecast. But overall, the sun is an incredibly positive card, especially in the context of a twin flame journey. It's a sign that you're on the right path, that you're making the right choices, and that you're destined for great joy and happiness. Just remember to stay grounded, to stay grateful, and to continue nurturing this connection with love and care. And of course, with the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon, you're going to be supported every step of the way. So, what does this all mean for the final outcome of this journey? What lessons will you learn along the way? And how will this connection ultimately transform your life? I'm so excited to see what the next cards reveal. So, what does this all mean for the final outcome of this journey? What lessons will you learn along the way? And how will this connection ultimately transform your life? I'm so excited to see what the next cards reveal. Okay, and now for our final card. We have the Five of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles is like, usually about feeling left out, feeling insecure, feeling like you're lacking something, or like you're going through a period of hardship. It's like you're standing outside in the cold, looking in at the warmth and comfort inside, but you can't get in. Does that resonate? But like, how does this fit with all this other amazing, positive energy we've got going on? Like the Page of Wands, the Lovers, Judgment, Justice, and the Sun. It's kind of throwing me for a loop, not gonna lie. I mean, we're ending on this card. I need to think about this. So let's start with the Page of Wands. Remember that spark of inspiration, that new beginning, the possibilities. With the Five of Pentacles here, it could be suggesting that even in this exciting new phase, there might be moments where you feel insecure or uncertain about the future. It's like you're starting something new, something amazing, but you're also aware of the potential challenges and obstacles that might come your way. You might be thinking, can I really do this? Am I good enough? What if I fail? All those little gremlins start popping up, And even though the sun is shining brightly, those little insecurities can still cast a shadow. The Five of Pentacles is reminding you that it's okay to feel vulnerable, it's okay to have doubts. It doesn't mean that you're not capable or that you're not worthy. It just means that you're human. And it's important to acknowledge those feelings, to not try to suppress them or ignore them. Because if you do, they'll just fester and grow. Instead, try to address them head-on, to examine where they're coming from, and to challenge those negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Like, tell yourself, I am capable, I am worthy, I can do this, or I've got this, And remember the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon? This is where that really comes in. You need to be gentle with yourself, to be kind to yourself, and to remind yourself of all your strengths and accomplishments. It's like you're wrapping yourself in a warm blanket of self-compassion, protecting yourself from those harsh, critical voices. Okay, so what about the Lovers? How does the Five of Pentacles connect to those choices and decisions you're making in your relationship? Well, it could be suggesting that those choices might not always be easy. There might be moments where you feel disconnected from your partner, or where you feel like you're not on the same page. It's like you're making these big decisions, but you're also worried about the potential consequences. What if we make the wrong choice? What if we hurt each other? What if this doesn't work out? The Five of Pentacles is a reminder that relationships are work. They require effort and compromise. And even when you're deeply connected to someone, there will be times when you feel like you're drifting apart or when you're struggling to communicate. But that doesn't mean that the relationship is doomed. It just means that you need to put in the effort to reconnect, to communicate openly and honestly, and to work through those challenges together. It also means that you may need to ask for help. If you're feeling really lost or disconnected, don't be afraid to seek guidance from a therapist or counselor. Sometimes, having an objective third party can help you to see things from a different perspective and to find new ways to communicate and connect. Now, let's look at judgment. Remember that major awakening and transformation. How does the Five of Pentacles play into that? It could be suggesting that even after you've gone through this huge transformation, there might still be lingering insecurities or unresolved issues from the past. It's like you've shed the old, you've embraced the new, but there are still some old wounds that need healing. You might be thinking, have I really changed? Am I really different? What if I fall back into my old patterns? You know, it's like those old insecurities are casting a shadow on your new, transformed self. The Five of Pentacles is reminding you that healing is a process. It's not an event. It takes time, patience, and self-compassion. And even after you've made significant progress, there will still be moments where you feel like you're taking a step backwards. But that doesn't mean that you've failed. It just means that you need to be gentle with yourself, to acknowledge those feelings, and to continue working on your healing journey. It's like you're tending to those old wounds with kindness and care, allowing them to heal at their own pace. So, in a way, this card is also giving you permission to be gentle with yourself and your process. It's okay if you need to take a break. It's okay if things don't go according to plan. And what about justice? How does the Five of Pentacles connect to fairness and balance? Well, it could be suggesting that even when you're striving for fairness and balance, there might be moments where you feel like you're being treated unfairly, or where you feel like you're not getting what you deserve. It's like you're doing your best to act with integrity, to stand up for what's right, but you're still facing challenges and obstacles. You might be thinking, why is this happening to me? Why am I being punished? Is this fair? You know, the Five of Pentacles is a reminder that life isn't always fair. Sometimes, bad things happen to good people. And even when you're doing everything right, you might still face adversity. But that doesn't mean that you should give up on your values or your principles. It just means that you need to stay strong, to keep fighting for what you believe in, and to trust that eventually, things will even out. It's like you're holding onto your sense of justice, even when the world feels unfair. You are holding onto that as an anchor. Okay, now how about the sun? This seems like a very different energy from the sun, doesn't it? How can we connect the Five of Pentacles to the sun? It could be suggesting that even in the midst of all that joy and happiness, there might still be moments where you feel lonely or isolated. It's like you're surrounded by all this light and warmth, but you still feel like something is missing. You might be thinking, am I really happy? Is this all there is? What if this doesn't last? You know, it's like you're looking at all the abundance and beauty around you, but you're still focused on what you lack. The Five of Pentacles is reminding you that true happiness comes from within. It's not dependent on external circumstances. And that those feelings of loneliness or insecurity are normal and natural, and that you're human. And it just may be that you are seeking comfort in things that don't truly bring comfort. And that can make you feel like empty, even when you have everything. It's also saying that while the sun is shining, you have everything that you need inside of you. So, what's the best way to deal with this energy? I think the key here is to connect with the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon. Remember our theme, emotional harmony. The Five of Pentacles is a reminder that emotional harmony isn't about feeling happy all the time. It's about accepting all of your emotions, even the difficult ones. And the nurturing energy is kind of there to help you through this. It's about nurturing yourself, taking care of your emotional needs, and finding that inner balance so you can navigate these challenges with grace and strength. It's about being gentle with yourself, being patient with yourself, and trusting that you're exactly where you need to be. It's also important to remember that you're not alone. The Five of Pentacles often depicts people who are standing outside in the cold together. This suggests that even when you're feeling isolated, there are others who are going through similar challenges. So reach out to your friends, your family, your community, and let them know how you're feeling. You might be surprised at how much support and understanding you receive. Okay, so this is definitely an interesting ending card. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, but it's a reminder that even in the midst of challenges, there is always hope, and with self-compassion, you can handle anything. but it also gives this a bit of a cliffhanger. I'm not gonna lie. So, I'm super curious to see what lessons you will learn along the way. How will you overcome these feelings of lack and insecurity? And how will this connection ultimately transform your life, even in the face of adversity? Like, it's all about to unfold. Okay, so this is definitely an interesting ending card. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, but it's a reminder that even in the midst of challenges, there is always hope, and with self-compassion, you can handle anything. But it also gives this a bit of a cliffhanger. I'm not gonna lie. So, I'm super curious to see what lessons you will learn along the way. How will you overcome these feelings of lack and insecurity? And how will this connection ultimately transform your life, even in the face of adversity? Like, it's all about to unfold. Okay, so now let's see what the next card is. Drum roll, please. And it's the Devil. Oh wow, okay, that's intense. Okay, so the Devil card is usually about feeling trapped, feeling restricted, feeling addicted to something, or feeling controlled by something. Whether it's a person, a situation, or even your own negative thoughts, It's like you're in chains, but you have the key right there, but you are just not using it, for whatever reason. So how does this connect to everything else? We had all this potential with the Page of Wands, the choices with the Lovers, the transformation with Judgment, the balance of Justice, the joy of the Sun, and then the insecurity of the Five of Pentacles. And now we get the Devil. This is definitely not what I was expecting. I'm gonna have to, really think about this. Okay, first of all, don't panic. The Devil card isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just a warning. It's like shining a light on areas where you might be feeling stuck or controlled, so you can take action to break free, right? And it's like we're supposed to take action because we are at a place of stagnation. Stagnation is like you're just there. So let's start with the Page of Wands, that new beginning, that spark of inspiration, right? How does that connect to the Devil? Well, maybe this new beginning, this exciting connection, has also triggered some old fears or insecurities that are now holding you back. It's like you're excited about the possibilities, but you're also afraid of getting hurt or of repeating past mistakes. And that fear is kind of paralyzing you, preventing you from fully embracing this new beginning, Maybe you're afraid of being vulnerable, or of letting go of control, or of trusting someone else. And so, you're kind of sabotaging yourself, even unconsciously, And that kind of ties into that Five of Pentacles energy, that feeling of lack, that feeling of not being good enough. It's like you're afraid that if you really let yourself be seen, if you really let yourself be loved, that you'll be rejected, that you'll be found wanting. And so, you're holding back, you're keeping yourself small, you're staying in your comfort zone, even though it's not really comfortable at all, right? And remember that nurturing energy of the turquoise moon. You need to be extra gentle with yourself right now to really nurture those fears and insecurities, because you can address them, right? So, okay, now let's look at the Lovers, those choices, those decisions, those big decisions, How does the Devil connect to that? Well, maybe you're feeling trapped in a situation where you don't have a choice, or where you feel like your choices are limited. Maybe you're feeling pressured to make a decision that doesn't feel right to you, or maybe you're feeling like you're sacrificing your own needs and desires for the sake of someone else. It's like you're in a relationship, but you're not really free to be yourself, There is no true freedom. Maybe there's a power imbalance, where one person is controlling the other, or maybe there's a codependent dynamic, where you're both relying on each other in unhealthy ways. And it is like you are relying on them for everything, even your own happiness. And the solution to the problem is right in front of you. But because you are feeling controlled, there is no way to get past it. It's like you're trapped and can't get out, even though the door is wide open. And this can also tie into that Devil energy, that feeling of being addicted to something or controlled by something. Maybe you're addicted to the drama, or the excitement, or the validation that you get from this relationship, even though it's not really good for you, And that's what that Devil card is all about, recognizing those unhealthy patterns and making a choice to break free. Okay, so what about Judgment, that awakening, that transformation? How does the Devil fit in here? Maybe this is showing that you are not truly accepting the transformation. Maybe you are trying to break out of the chains, but are running right back to them. And you are not going to truly awaken to something as long as you are chained, you know? It's like the chains are made of everything that you are supposed to leave behind. So you're just gonna keep ending up exactly where you started. Now, what about justice? This is also super interesting. Justice is about fairness, right? About things being brought into balance. How does the devil connect to that? Well, the devil is like the opposite of justice. It's about inequality, about oppression, about things being out of balance. So, maybe this card is highlighting a situation where you're being treated unfairly, or where you're being taken advantage of, or where you're being held to a different standard than someone else. Maybe there's a power dynamic at play, where someone is using their position or their influence to control you, to manipulate you, or to keep you down. It's like you're fighting for justice, but you're facing an uphill battle because the system is rigged against you, you know? The other person may be benefiting from you, but are not treating you with respect. And finally, the sun. The sun is like the opposite of the devil, right? The sun is about joy, about freedom, about abundance. The devil is about restriction, about fear, about lack. So, how can these two cards coexist? Well, maybe the devil is casting a shadow on your sunshine. Maybe you're experiencing moments of joy and happiness, but you're also constantly worried about losing it all. Maybe you're afraid that something bad is going to happen, that the rug is going to be pulled out from under you, that the happiness won't last. And so, you're not really able to fully enjoy the present moment because you're too busy worrying about the future. This is like the thing that makes you feel good is also really bad for you and may even be toxic. But you know what? The Devil card also has a secret message of hope, right? Because even though you're in chains, you have the key. You have the power to break free. You just need to recognize that you have a choice, that you don't have to stay in this situation, that you can create a better life for yourself. And the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon is here to support you in that process. It's about nurturing your self-worth, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, so you can find the strength to break free from those chains. You know, it's about believing in yourself, trusting yourself, and knowing that you deserve to be happy, to be free, and to be loved. So, with all this in mind, I am super curious about what the next card is going to be. Is it going to be the key that helps you unlock those chains? Or is it going to be another warning, another obstacle on your path to freedom? Like, I'm literally on the edge of my seat here. We shall see, we shall see. I feel it is going to be a real game changer. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, wow, so we've been through a lot together, haven't we? We started with that spark of excitement, that new beginning with the Page of Wands, then we had to make some tough choices with the Lovers, face a major transformation with Judgment, seek balance with Justice, bask in the joy of the sun. Then, those pesky insecurities crept in with the Five of Pentacles, and now, yikes, we're feeling trapped with the Devil. It's like, girl, what is going on? But don't worry, because the universe always has a plan, and this final card is going to help us understand what it all means and how to move forward, okay? So, drum roll please. And the final card is the High Priestess. Oh wow, okay. The High Priestess is all about intuition, about inner wisdom, about trusting your gut, about listening to that still, small voice within, you know? It's like she's the keeper of secrets, the guardian of the unconscious, and she's urging you to go deep within yourself to find the answers you're seeking. So, how does this connect to everything else? Well, let's see. First of all, with the Page of Wands, that new beginning, that spark of inspiration, the High Priestess is saying that you need to trust your intuition about this connection. Does it feel right, deep down? Are you getting good vibes? Is your inner guidance system telling you to proceed with caution or to jump in with both feet? You know, the High Priestess is all about listening to that inner voice, even if it doesn't make logical sense, even if it goes against what everyone else is telling you. Trust your gut, girl, trust your gut. And with the Lovers, those choices, those decisions, the High Priestess is saying that the answers you're seeking are within you. You don't need to look outside yourself for guidance. You already know what's right for you. You just need to quiet your mind, tune into your intuition, and listen to your heart. Are you choosing from a place of love and authenticity, or are you letting fear and insecurity guide your decisions? The High Priestess is urging you to align your choices with your inner truth. And with Judgment, that transformation, that awakening, the High Priestess is saying that you need to trust your inner wisdom to guide you through this process. You're shedding the old, embracing the new, but it can be scary and confusing, right? The High Priestess is reminding you that you have all the answers you need within you. Trust your intuition to lead you to the right path, to help you make the right choices, and to guide you to your highest potential. And with Justice, that balance, that fairness, the High Priestess is saying that you need to trust your inner sense of justice. Are you being treated fairly in this situation? Are you honoring your own needs and boundaries? Are you standing up for what you believe in? The High Priestess is urging you to listen to your intuition about what's right and wrong and to act accordingly. Don't let anyone take advantage of you, don't let anyone silence your voice, and don't let anyone dim your light. And with the Sun, that joy, that happiness, the High Priestess is saying that you need to trust your intuition to guide you to true and lasting happiness. What brings you genuine joy deep down? What makes your soul sing? What makes you feel alive and connected? The High Priestess is urging you to prioritize those things in your life, to nurture your inner joy, and to create a life that is aligned with your highest happiness. And with the Five of Pentacles, those insecurities, that feeling of lack, the High Priestess is saying that you need to trust your intuition to help you overcome those feelings. You are worthy, you are deserving, and you are loved. Don't let those negative thoughts and beliefs hold you back. Trust your inner wisdom to remind you of your worth, to help you see your value, and to guide you to a place of self-love and acceptance. And finally, with the Devil, that feeling of being trapped, that feeling of being restricted, the High Priestess is saying that you need to trust your intuition to help you break free from those chains. You have the power to create your own reality. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a powerful creator, and you can choose to break free from anything that is holding you back. So, what does this all mean for your twin flame journey? Well, it means that you need to trust yourself, girl. You have all the answers you need within you. You are strong, you are wise, and you are capable of creating a truly amazing connection. But you also need to be patient with yourself, to be gentle with yourself, and to allow yourself to feel all of your emotions, even the difficult ones. And remember the nurturing energy of the turquoise moon? This is where that really comes in. You need to nurture your intuition, to listen to your inner voice, and to trust that you are being guided every step of the way. Take time for meditation, for journaling, for spending time in nature, for doing whatever helps you to connect with your inner wisdom. And don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. The High Priestess is often depicted sitting between two pillars, representing the balance between the conscious and the unconscious. This suggests that you need to find a balance between trusting your intuition and seeking guidance from trusted sources. Talk to a therapist, a counselor, a spiritual advisor, or a trusted friend or family member. Don't be afraid to lean on others for support. But ultimately, the key is to trust yourself. You know what's best for you. You have the power to create a life that is aligned with your highest potential. You have the power to create a relationship that is filled with love, joy, and authenticity. And you have the power to break free from anything that is holding you back. So, embrace your inner High Priestess, trust your intuition, and step into your power. You got this. I know you do. And that turquoise moon. Let it wrap you up like a warm blanket of self-love. Nurture yourself, trust your gut, and know that you are divinely guided on this incredible journey. It's like you were always meant to follow these cards, and here they are today. Sending you so much love and light on your journey. I have a really good feeling about where this is all headed. Okay, Jasper tree. So this crystal is all about bringing clarity, right? It's like shining a light on what's been murky. And with our theme being conscious awareness, we're really focusing on recognizing those patterns and setting intentions. So, this reading is all about gaining clarity on your path forward, especially in matters of the heart. Wow, okay, so pulling the Lovers, the High Priestess, and the Fool together? That's like a cosmic yes to a major new chapter, but with a serious nudge to pay attention. It's not just blindly leaping. It's about making a conscious choice, one that resonates deeply with your soul, and then fearlessly stepping into the unknown. This is huge, you guys. It's like you're at a crossroads, but you're not alone. You have your intuition as your guide, and the universe is basically saying, take the leap, we got you. But here's the thing, and it's a big BUT, you have to be awake. You have to be present. You can't sleepwalk into this new beginning. The Lovers is screaming choice, conscious choice, and that choice has to be aligned with your highest self, your authentic truth. And that's where the High Priestess comes in. She's the gatekeeper to your intuition, your inner wisdom. She's whispering secrets in your ear, and you need to listen, like really listen, before you make this jump with the Fool. It's a beautiful, potentially life-changing combination, but it requires awareness, intention, and a whole lot of trust in yourself and the universe. It's like destiny with training wheels, but you gotta steer. It's all about recognizing old patterns in relationships that haven't served you, and then intentionally choosing something different. Are you ready? I'm excited for you. Let's start with the Lovers. This card is not just about romantic love, okay? It's about choices, partnerships, and alignments. It's about finding harmony within yourself first, and then attracting relationships that mirror that inner harmony. So, what patterns have you been seeing in your relationships? Are you always choosing the same type of person, even though it never works out? Are you settling for less than you deserve because you're afraid of being alone? The Lovers is asking you to really look at these patterns, to consciously acknowledge them, and then to make a different choice. This could be a choice about a romantic partner, yes, but it could also be about a business partnership, a friendship, or even a relationship with yourself. Are you being kind to yourself? Are you honoring your needs and desires? If not, the Lovers is calling you to choose self-love, self-compassion, and self-respect. Because here's the thing, you can't attract healthy relationships into your life if you don't have a healthy relationship with yourself first. It's like trying to build a house on a shaky foundation. It's just not going to work. And remember the Jasper tree. It's about clarifying. So, what needs to be clarified in your relationships? What are you not seeing clearly? What are you avoiding? The Lovers is urging you to bring these things to the surface, to shine a light on them, and to make a conscious choice to move forward in a way that aligns with your highest good. Maybe there's someone you need to forgive, either yourself or someone else. Maybe there's a situation you need to walk away from. Whatever it is, the Lovers is saying, you have the power to choose. Choose wisely. And it's not just about choosing the right person or the right situation. It's about choosing the right mindset, the right attitude, the right way of being in relationship with yourself and others. Okay, and that brings us to the High Priestess. Ooh, I love this card. She's all about intuition, mystery, and the subconscious. She's the keeper of secrets, the one who knows what's hidden beneath the surface. So, with the Lovers being about conscious choices, the High Priestess is reminding you to trust your gut, to listen to your intuition, and to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that the universe is sending you. Because sometimes, the best choices aren't the ones that make the most sense logically. They're the ones that feel right in your heart, and the High Priestess knows this. She's whispering those intuitive nudges to you. She's showing you the hidden truths that you might be missing, but you have to be willing to listen. You have to be willing to quiet your mind, to tune out the noise of the world, and to connect with your inner wisdom. This might mean spending more time in meditation, in nature, or in quiet contemplation. It might mean journaling, practicing mindfulness, or working with a therapist or coach. Whatever it is, the High Priestess is urging you to prioritize your inner world, to cultivate your intuition, and to trust your inner guidance. Because that's where you'll find the answers you're looking for. And in the context of relationships, the High Priestess is reminding you to look beyond the surface, to see people for who they truly are, not just who they pretend to be. Are you ignoring red flags in a relationship because you're afraid of being alone? Are you making excuses for someone's bad behavior because you want to believe the best in them? The High Priestess is urging you to be honest with yourself, to see the truth, and to act accordingly. It's like she's holding up a mirror and saying, look closely, what do you see? And remember, the Jasper tree is all about clarifying. So what needs to be clarified in your intuition? Are you doubting yourself? Are you second-guessing your gut feelings? The High Priestess is encouraging you to trust yourself, to believe in your own wisdom, and to know that you have all the answers you need within you. And finally, we have the Fool. This is all about new beginnings, adventure, and taking a leap of faith. After making a conscious choice with the Lovers and tuning into your intuition with the High Priestess, the Fool is saying, okay, now it's time to jump. It's time to step outside your comfort zone, to embrace the unknown, and to trust that the universe will catch you. This doesn't mean being reckless or irresponsible. It means being courageous, being open-minded, and being willing to take risks. It means letting go of your fears and doubts and trusting that you're on the right path. And in the context of relationships, the Fool could mean starting a new relationship, ending an old one, or simply approaching your relationships with a new perspective. It could mean being more vulnerable, more authentic, and more willing to take chances. It's like you've been standing at the edge of the cliff for a while now, and the Fool is saying, what are you waiting for? The view is amazing. And yes, there's a risk involved, but there's also a huge potential for growth, for joy, and for fulfillment. So take a deep breath, trust yourself, and jump. So, with the Jasper tree's clarifying energy, this whole spread is about stepping into a new beginning, but with your eyes wide open. It's not just blindly jumping, it's leaping with intention, guided by your intuition, and making conscious choices that align with your highest self. This is a powerful time for you, so embrace it. And finally, we have the Fool. That's so exciting, right? Okay, now for the next card and, ooh, the Page of Wands. Okay, so after this big leap of faith, after making these conscious choices and really tuning into your intuition, the universe is sending you this little spark of inspiration, this little nudge of excitement. It's like, okay, you jumped. Now, what are you going to do with it? This is where the Page of Wands comes in. The Page of Wands is all about new ideas, new beginnings, and a youthful enthusiasm for life, right? It's like that feeling of excitement when you're starting a new project or exploring a new passion. It's that spark of curiosity that makes you want to learn and grow. So this page is saying, okay, you've made this big decision, you've taken this leap. Now it's time to explore all the possibilities that are open to you. It's about bringing that playful energy, that sense of adventure, into this new chapter. Now, in the context of your twin flame journey, this Page of Wands is super interesting. It's like, after all that intense soul-searching and those big decisions, the universe is saying, okay, lighten up a little. Have some fun, explore the possibilities. It's about not taking yourself too seriously, about being open to new experiences, and about bringing that spark of enthusiasm into your relationships, especially your twin flame connection. It's about injecting some playfulness, some creativity, some spontaneity into the mix. Think about it like this. With the Lovers representing conscious choice, the High Priestess guiding your intuition, and the Fool encouraging you to take the leap, the Page of Wands is about how you express that energy, that decision, that newfound freedom. It's how you communicate your needs, your desires, your boundaries, but with that page-like energy, that youthful spark. This isn't the time for heavy, serious conversations, unless that's what truly feels aligned, but more like exploring, experimenting, and expressing yourself authentically. So, how can you bring that Page of Wands energy into your twin flame connection? Maybe it's about trying new things together, going on adventures, or simply having more fun and playful conversations. Maybe it's about expressing your feelings in a more creative way through art, music, or writing. The key is to tap into that inner child, that sense of wonder and excitement, and to share that with your twin flame. But also, remember that this is the Page of Wands. It could be time for you to act like a student for once. What can you learn from your twin flame? What areas of expertise do they have that you can sit back and soak up? And it's not just about your twin flame relationship either. This Page of Wands energy can infuse all areas of your life. It's about rediscovering your passions, pursuing your interests, and bringing that sense of excitement into everything you do. It's about saying yes to new opportunities, about stepping outside your comfort zone, and about embracing the unknown with a sense of adventure. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've cleared the path, now it's time to explore the landscape. Now, I think a lot about how you communicate, right? Because this is a Page of Wands. So, are you someone who tends to be very direct and assertive in your communication style? Or do you tend to be more passive and avoid conflict? The Page of Wands is encouraging you to find a balance, to express yourself honestly and authentically, but with that playful energy. It's about being assertive without being aggressive, about being direct without being insensitive. Maybe you need to practice expressing your needs and desires more clearly. Maybe you need to learn how to say no without feeling guilty. Or maybe you need to work on being more open and receptive to other people's perspectives. Whatever it is, the Page of Wands is reminding you that communication is a two-way street. It's about listening as much as you speak, about being willing to compromise, and about finding common ground. It's about being curious and approachable, because those are key parts of that page energy. And remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. The Page of Wands is all about enthusiasm and passion, so bring that energy into your conversations. Let your excitement shine through. Let people see how much you care. But be careful not to overdo it, you know? You don't want to come across as being too intense or overwhelming. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can express yourself authentically without scaring people away. Think about how you can infuse your communication with that Page of Wands energy. Can you use more humor? Can you be more playful? Can you bring more creativity into your conversations? The goal is to make people feel excited and inspired, not intimidated or overwhelmed. And in the context of your twin flame journey, this is especially important. You want to create a connection that is based on mutual respect, understanding, and, above all, excitement, right? You don't want to be stuck in old patterns of communication that no longer serve you. The Page of Wands is urging you to break free from those patterns and to create something new, something exciting, something that truly reflects who you are. And how about keeping the spark alive, you know? Because relationships, especially twin flame connections, can sometimes lose that initial excitement over time. Life gets in the way, things become routine, and the passion starts to fade. So, how can you prevent that from happening? How can you keep that Page of Wands energy burning bright? The key is to be intentional about it. Make a conscious effort to bring that sense of playfulness and adventure into your relationship. Plan fun dates, try new things together, and make time for each other. But it's not just about grand gestures or elaborate plans. It's also about the little things, the everyday moments that can make a big difference. Leave each other little love notes, send each other funny texts, or simply take a few minutes each day to connect and laugh together. The Page of Wands is also about embracing change, about being willing to adapt and evolve as individuals and as a couple. Because life is constantly changing, and relationships need to change along with it. So don't be afraid to try new things, to experiment with new ideas, and to grow together. But most importantly, don't forget to have fun, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about enjoying the journey, about savoring the moments, and about creating memories that will last a lifetime. Now, of course, there are always challenges, right? It's not all sunshine and rainbows. The Page of Wands, while full of enthusiasm, can also be a little impulsive, a little naive, a little bit of a drama queen. So, what are some potential challenges you might face as you embrace this Page of Wands energy, and how can you overcome them? One challenge might be that you get so caught up in the excitement of new beginnings that you lose sight of the bigger picture. You might start chasing after every shiny object that comes your way, without really considering whether it aligns with your goals and values. Or you might become so focused on having fun that you neglect your responsibilities or hurt other people's feelings. To overcome this challenge, it's important to stay grounded, to stay connected to your intuition, and to stay true to yourself. Remember the High Priestess? She's still there, whispering in your ear, guiding you along the way. So, listen to her. Don't let your enthusiasm cloud your judgment. Take a step back, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, is this really the right thing for me? Is this aligned with my highest good? Another challenge might be that you become discouraged when things don't go according to plan. The Page of Wands is all about optimism and enthusiasm, but sometimes things just don't work out the way you expect them to. You might face setbacks, obstacles, or disappointments. And when that happens, it's easy to lose your motivation, to feel like giving up, or to start doubting yourself. But don't. Remember the Fool? This card asked you to be courageous, to be open-minded, and to be willing to take risks, even when things are uncertain. So don't let setbacks discourage you. See them as opportunities to learn and grow. Embrace the challenges, stay positive, and keep moving forward. And finally, another challenge might be that you struggle with communication. The Page of Wands is all about expressing yourself authentically, but sometimes it can be hard to find the right words. You might struggle to articulate your feelings, to express your needs, or to communicate effectively with others. Or you might become too impulsive, saying things that you later regret. To overcome this challenge, it's important to practice mindfulness, to be aware of your thoughts and feelings, and to communicate with intention. Take a moment to pause, to breathe, and to collect your thoughts before you speak. Choose your words carefully and be mindful of your tone and body language. And remember, communication is a two-way street. So, listen as much as you speak and be open to other people's perspectives. So, overall, the Page of Wands is a really exciting card to get after the Lovers, High Priestess, and the Fool. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've made the decision, you've taken the leap, now it's time to have some fun. But remember to stay grounded, to stay connected to your intuition, and to communicate with intention. And don't be afraid to embrace the challenges that come your way. See them as opportunities to learn and grow. Okay, I am so excited to see what comes next. This is really building into something special. I can feel it. I wonder what the universe has in store for you next. Let's pull the next card and find out. Okay, I am so excited to see what comes next. I wonder what the universe has in store for you next. Let's pull the next card and find out. Ooh, okay, here we go. And it's the Moon. Whoa, okay, this is interesting, right? After all that excitement with the Page of Wands, after the big leap with the Fool, after really listening to your intuition with the High Priestess, and after making that conscious choice with the Lovers, the Moon is like, hold on a second, let's not get carried away just yet. The Moon is all about the subconscious, about illusions, about things that aren't always what they seem. It's about fears and anxieties and the hidden aspects of ourselves and others. So, how does this fit into your twin flame journey, especially after all those positive cards? Well, I think it's a reminder that even the most amazing connections can have their shadows. Even the most exciting new beginnings can bring up old fears and insecurities, you know. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you're on this amazing path, but don't forget to look out for the potholes. The Moon can represent a time of uncertainty, a time when things are unclear and you're not quite sure what's going on. It can be a time when your intuition is heightened, but also when you're more susceptible to illusions and false beliefs. So, you really have to trust yourself, but at the same time, you have to be careful not to let your fears and anxieties cloud your judgment. It's a delicate balance, you know? And with the twin flame journey, this could mean that some hidden aspects of the connection are about to surface. Maybe there are unresolved issues from the past that need to be addressed. Maybe there are fears or insecurities that are holding you back from fully embracing the connection. Or maybe there are illusions that you need to let go of in order to see the relationship for what it truly is. Are you, idealizing your twin flame? Are you seeing them as perfect, without flaws? The Moon is a reminder that everyone has their shadow side, and that includes your twin flame. It's important to see them for who they truly are, not just who you want them to be. And that means accepting their imperfections, their flaws, and their past. This doesn't mean that you have to tolerate bad behavior or stay in a toxic relationship, of course. It just means being realistic about who they are and what they're capable of, you know? Okay, but let's talk about the specific fears. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of getting hurt? Are you afraid of being rejected? Are you afraid of not being good enough? The Moon can bring these fears to the surface, making them feel even more intense than usual. But it's important to remember that these fears are just thoughts and feelings. They're not necessarily based on reality. And you have the power to challenge them, to question them, and to ultimately overcome them. So, don't let your fears control you. Use them as an opportunity to grow and to heal, you know? How is the Moon playing into the twin flame dynamic? It's all about reflecting the hidden aspects of yourself. And what about illusions? What illusions are you holding onto about this connection? Are you believing that it's going to be easy? That it's going to be perfect? That you're going to live happily ever after without any challenges or obstacles? The moon is a reminder that relationships take work, that they require effort, and that they're not always easy. There will be ups and downs, challenges and triumphs. But that's what makes them so rewarding, you know. It's about growing together, learning together, and supporting each other through thick and thin. So, what does the Jasper tree crystal clarifying energy do with the moon's energy? How do we find that clarity? The Jasper tree is all about bringing clarity, about shining a light on what's been murky. And the moon is all about the murky stuff, the hidden stuff, the stuff that's not always easy to see. So, how do we reconcile these two energies? Well, I think it's about using the Jasper tree to help you navigate the moon's energy, to help you see through the illusions, to help you uncover the hidden truths. It's about using your intuition, your inner wisdom, to guide you through the darkness. It's like the Jasper tree is a flashlight, helping you find your way through a dark forest, you know? It's not going to make the forest disappear, but it's going to help you see what's there, to avoid the obstacles, and to find the path that's right for you. And how do you do that? How do you use the Jasper tree to clarify the moon's energy? Well, I think it starts with self-reflection. Taking some time to really look at your fears, your insecurities, and your illusions. Asking yourself honest questions about your relationship, about your twin flame, and about yourself. What are you really afraid of? What are you really hoping for? What are you really willing to do to make this connection work? The more honest you are with yourself, the clearer things will become. And that's where the High Priestess comes back in too, right? She's always there, reminding you to trust your intuition, to listen to your inner guidance, and to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that the universe is sending you. So don't ignore those whispers. Don't dismiss those gut feelings. They're there for a reason, you know. They're helping you navigate the moon's energy, helping you find your way through the darkness. You're not alone on this journey. The universe is supporting you, guiding you, and helping you every step of the way. And that includes your twin flame. Even though they might have their own issues, their own fears, and their own illusions, they're still there for you. They're still your mirror, reflecting back to you what you need to see. So don't push them away. Don't shut them out. Work together to overcome your challenges, to heal your wounds, and to create a connection that is based on love, trust, and mutual respect. Okay, so what are some practical tips for navigating the moon's energy, especially in the context of your twin flame journey? First, practice self-care. Take care of your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Get enough sleep, eat healthy foods, exercise regularly, and spend time in nature. Do things that make you feel good, that bring you joy, and that help you relax. Because when you're feeling good, you're better able to handle the challenges that come your way, you know? Second, set boundaries. Protect your energy and your time. Don't let other people drain you or take advantage of you. Learn how to say no without feeling guilty. And don't be afraid to distance yourself from people or situations that are toxic or draining. Because you deserve to be surrounded by people who love and support you, not people who bring you down. And third, practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment. Pay attention to your thoughts, your feelings, and your sensations. Don't get caught up in the past or worry about the future. Just focus on what's happening right now. Because when you're mindful, you're more aware of your surroundings, more aware of your emotions, and more able to make conscious choices. And also, journal, meditate, connect with nature, because these are all ways to tap into that high priestess energy, to quiet your mind, and to listen to your intuition. The moon can stir up a lot of emotions, a lot of anxieties, and a lot of confusion. So, it's important to have tools that can help you process those emotions, calm your anxieties, and find clarity. And journaling is a great way to do that, you know? Just write down whatever comes to mind without judging or censoring yourself. Let it all out on the page. You might be surprised at what you discover. Meditation is another powerful tool. Even just a few minutes of meditation each day can make a big difference in your overall well-being. It can help you calm your mind, relax your body, and connect with your inner self. With the Lovers being about choices, the High Priestess about intuition, the Fool about new beginnings, the Page of Wands about playful communication, this moon card. It's like a test, you know? It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've come this far. Now let's see how you handle the shadows. Can you stay grounded? Can you stay true to yourself? Can you trust your intuition, even when things are unclear? This is where your work really begins, you know? This is where you have to put all those lessons into practice. But don't be afraid. You're ready for this. You have everything you need inside of you to navigate the moon's energy and to come out stronger on the other side. It's about embracing the mystery, trusting the process, and knowing that even in the darkness, there is always light, right? It's like the path isn't always clear, but that doesn't mean you're lost. It just means you have to trust your inner compass and keep moving forward. Wow, I am really curious to see what the last card is, because this is really about to make this journey so clear. Okay, so let's see what's next. And we have the King of Pentacles. Wow, okay, after all that emotional stuff with the moon, like all those hidden fears and anxieties, and those illusions that might be clouding your judgment, this King of Pentacles is like a breath of fresh air, right? It's like, okay, enough with the drama. Let's get grounded. Let's get practical. The King of Pentacles is all about stability, security, material abundance, right? It's like, you've taken this leap with the Fool, you're exploring new possibilities with the Page of Wands, you're tuning into your intuition with the High Priestess, and you're making conscious choices with the Lovers. But now it's time to build a solid foundation for all of that. It's about creating a life that is secure, stable, and abundant so that you can weather any storm, especially those storms the moon likes to stir up. It's like, okay, you've got all this potential, now how are you going to make it real? You know? So how does this relate to your twin flame journey, especially after the moon card? Well, I think it's about creating a safe and secure space for this connection to grow. It's about building a life that is stable enough to handle the intensity of a twin flame relationship. Because let's be real, twin flame journeys are not always easy, right? They can be emotionally challenging, they can bring up a lot of old wounds, and they can sometimes feel like a roller coaster. So, having that King of Pentacles energy in your life, that stability and security, can really help you navigate those challenges, you know? It's like having a rock to hold on to when the waves get rough. And remember the Jasper tree, how it's all about clarifying. So, how does the King of Pentacles help to clarify the illusions that the moon is bringing up? Well, I think it's about grounding those illusions in reality. The moon can make you see things that aren't really there, or it can exaggerate your fears and anxieties, but the King of Pentacles is like, okay, let's look at the facts. Let's look at the evidence. What is actually true, and what is just a figment of your imagination? It's about bringing a sense of practicality and common sense to the situation, you know? It's like, okay, you're afraid of being rejected, but what evidence do you have that that's actually going to happen? Has your twin flame actually rejected you in the past, or are you just projecting your own insecurities onto them? It's about challenging those negative thoughts and beliefs and replacing them with more positive and realistic ones. And it's not just about emotional stability, right? The King of Pentacles is also about material abundance. It's about having enough resources to feel secure and comfortable. So, this could be a sign that you need to focus on your finances, on your career, or on your overall sense of financial well-being. Are you feeling stressed about money? Are you struggling to make ends meet? Are you feeling undervalued at work? The King of Pentacles is encouraging you to take action to improve your financial situation so that you can feel more secure and confident in your life. It's like, okay, you're on this amazing spiritual journey, but you also need to be able to pay your bills. Right. So, what are some practical ways you can bring that King of Pentacles energy into your life, especially in the context of your twin flame journey? Well, first of all, I would say focus on building a solid financial foundation. This could mean creating a budget, paying off debt, saving for the future, or starting a new business. Whatever it is, take steps to improve your financial situation so that you can feel more secure and in control of your life. And it's not just about the money itself, right? It's also about your relationship with money. Do you have a healthy relationship with money, or do you have a lot of negative beliefs and emotions around it? Do you believe that you deserve to be wealthy? Do you believe that money is evil? The King of Pentacles is encouraging you to examine your beliefs about money and to release any negative patterns that are holding you back. It's like, okay, money is just a tool. It's neither good nor bad. It's all about how you use it, right? And second, focus on building a strong sense of self-worth. This is so important, especially in twin flame relationships, because these connections can often bring up a lot of insecurities and self-doubt. So, it's crucial that you have a strong sense of your own value so that you don't get lost in the relationship. It's about knowing that you are worthy of love, respect, and abundance, regardless of whether or not your twin flame is in your life. It's like, okay, your worth is not determined by your relationship status. You are valuable and worthy just as you are. Right? So, how do you build that self-worth? Well, I think it starts with self-love. Treating yourself with kindness, compassion, and respect. Forgiving yourself for your mistakes, celebrating your accomplishments, and focusing on your strengths, not your weaknesses. It's about recognizing that you are a unique and valuable individual and that you have something special to offer the world. It's like, okay, you're not perfect, but you're perfectly you, and that's amazing, right? And third, focus on creating a safe and stable home environment. This is especially important if you are living with your twin flame, but it's also important if you are not. You need to have a space where you feel comfortable, relaxed, and secure. A space where you can be yourself without feeling judged or criticized. A space where you can recharge your batteries and prepare for the challenges of the day. It's like, okay, your home is your sanctuary. It's your safe haven from the world. Right? So, how do you create that safe and stable home environment? Well, I think it starts with decluttering. Getting rid of anything that is no longer serving you, whether it's physical objects or emotional baggage. Creating a space that is clean, organized, and aesthetically pleasing, and filling your home with things that bring you joy and make you feel good. It's like, okay, your home should be a reflection of your inner self. It should be a space that nourishes your soul. Right. And it's not just about the physical space, right? It's also about the people you surround yourself with. Are you surrounded by people who support you, encourage you, and uplift you? Or are you surrounded by people who drain you, criticize you, and bring you down? The King of Pentacles is encouraging you to surround yourself with positive and supportive people, people who believe in you and who want to see you succeed. It's like, okay, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So, choose wisely. Right? Now, of course, there are always potential challenges, right? It's not always easy to bring that King of Pentacles energy into your life, especially when the moon is stirring up all those fears and illusions. So, what are some potential challenges you might face, and how can you overcome them? Well, one challenge might be that you get too focused on the material world and you forget about the spiritual aspects of your journey. The King of Pentacles can sometimes be a little too materialistic, a little too focused on money and possessions. So, it's important to remember that money is just a tool and that it's not the most important thing in life. The most important things are love, joy, connection, and spiritual growth. So, don't let your pursuit of material abundance distract you from those things. It's like, okay, money can buy you a lot of things, but it can't buy you happiness. Right. And another challenge might be that you become too rigid and inflexible. The King of Pentacles likes to be in control, and he likes things to be stable and predictable. But life is not always stable and predictable, right? Sometimes things change unexpectedly, and you have to be able to adapt. So, don't get too attached to your routines and your plans. Be open to new possibilities and be willing to go with the flow. It's like, okay, sometimes you have to let go of control and trust that the universe has your back. Right? And another challenge might be that you become too complacent. The King of Pentacles can sometimes get a little too comfortable, a little too set in his ways. So, it's important to keep challenging yourself, to keep learning and growing, and to keep pursuing your passions. Don't let yourself get stuck in a rut. Keep exploring new possibilities and keep pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. It's like, okay, life is a journey, not a destination. So, keep moving forward. Right. So, overall, the King of Pentacles is a really positive card to get after the moon. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've faced your fears, you've clarified your illusions, now it's time to build a solid foundation for your life. But remember to stay grounded, to stay focused on the spiritual aspects of your journey, and to keep challenging yourself to grow. Wow, this is really getting interesting, right? I am so curious to see what the final card is going to be. It feels like we're building towards something really big. What do you think it's going to be? I can't wait to find out. Okay, so let's see what the final card is going to be. It feels like we're building towards something really big, right? What do you think it's going to be? I can't wait to find out. Okay, and it's the Empress. Whoa, okay, that's beautiful, right? After all that grounding energy of the King of Pentacles, after facing those shadows with the Moon, and stepping out with the Fool, the Empress feels like everything is blossoming, like it's all coming to fruition, you know? So the Empress is all about, like, abundance, creation, nurturing, and feminine power, right? It's like the ultimate Earth Mother. She's fertile, she's sensual, she's connected to nature, and she's just radiating this energy of, like, growth and abundance, you know? So, like, how does this fit into your twin flame journey, especially after all those other cards? Well, I think it's a sign that you're entering a phase of, like, deep, profound creation, right? It's like you've been planting these seeds, you've been nurturing them, and now they're finally starting to sprout. And that creation isn't necessarily about, like, creating a baby, although it totally could be. But it's more about creating a life that is aligned with your soul's purpose, a life that is filled with love, joy, and abundance, you know. And like with the King of Pentacles right before it, the Empress is like taking that solid foundation and making it fertile, making it vibrant. The King of Pentacles is stable, yes, but the Empress is like, let's make this foundation a garden. Let's make it overflow with beauty and life. Does that make sense? It's like you've built the walls, now you're filling the house with love, with art, with delicious food, with everything that makes it a home, not just a building, you know? It's that feminine energy that's softening everything, making it welcoming and beautiful. And going back to the Moon, with all those fears and insecurities, the Empress is like the ultimate healer, right? She's like, it's okay, honey, I'm here. I'm going to nurture you, I'm going to help you heal those wounds, and I'm going to remind you of your own inherent beauty and worth, you know. The Moon can bring up all sorts of stuff, like those deep-seated fears that tell you you're not good enough, not worthy of love, but the Empress just wraps you in this warm, loving embrace and says, that's not true, you are amazing, you are beautiful, you are worthy of all the good things in life. It's like she's reparenting you, giving you the love and support you didn't get as a child, you know? And how does this tie into the lovers with all those choices? Well, the Empress is all about choosing love, choosing compassion, choosing kindness, both for yourself and for others. It's about making choices that are aligned with your heart, not just your head, you know. The lovers is about conscious choices, but the Empress is like, make those choices from a place of love and abundance, knowing you deserve the best. Like, the lovers is the intellect deciding, and the Empress is the heart saying, yes, this feels right. It's about trusting your intuition, trusting your feelings, and knowing that you deserve to be happy, you deserve to be loved, and you deserve to have everything your heart desires, you know? And that brings us to the High Priestess, right? She's all about intuition, about listening to your inner voice. The Empress is like the High Priestess, but like out in the garden, sharing her wisdom with everyone. The High Priestess is internal wisdom, and the Empress is like wisdom expressed, wisdom shared, wisdom that creates beauty in the world. It's like taking that intuitive knowledge and using it to nurture yourself and others, to create a life that is both meaningful and beautiful, you know. The High Priestess is whispering secrets in your ear, and the Empress is like, okay, now let's put those secrets into action. Let's create something amazing. And then, with the Fool and the Page of Wands. Oh my gosh, it's like the Empress is taking that new beginning, that spark of inspiration, and turning it into something tangible, something real. The Fool is that leap of faith, and the Empress is like, okay, you jumped, now let's build something beautiful together. And the Page of Wands is that spark of creativity, and the Empress is like, let's take that spark and turn it into a roaring fire. Let's create something that is both beautiful and powerful. It's about expressing your creativity, expressing your passions, and sharing your gifts with the world, you know? It's like, you're not just taking a leap of faith, you're landing in a field of wildflowers, and the Empress is there to help you cultivate it, to make it even more beautiful and abundant, you know? And what does this mean in practical terms? Like, what can you do with this Empress energy? Well, I think it's about prioritizing self-care, first and foremost, right? Taking care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. Eating healthy foods, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, spending time in nature, doing things that bring you joy, and surrounding yourself with people who love and support you. It's like, okay, you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to fill yourself up first, you know? It's also about connecting with your creativity, expressing yourself through art, music, writing, dancing, or whatever else makes your soul sing, you know? It's about tapping into that creative energy and using it to create something beautiful, something meaningful, something that reflects your unique essence. It's like, okay, you have a gift to share with the world. Don't be afraid to share it. And of course, it's about cultivating abundance in all areas of your life, not just financially, but also emotionally, spiritually, and relationally. It's about attracting more of what you want into your life, whether it's love, joy, peace, or prosperity. It's like, okay, the universe is abundant. There's enough for everyone. You just need to open yourself up to receive it, you know? But there are always potential challenges, right? The Empress, at her worst, can be a little overbearing, a little too nurturing, a little stifling, you know? She can be so focused on taking care of others that she forgets to take care of herself. Or she can be so focused on creating abundance that she becomes materialistic and greedy. So, how do you avoid those pitfalls? Well, I think it's about finding a balance, right? It's about nurturing yourself and others, but without becoming codependent. It's about creating abundance, but without losing sight of your values. It's about being grounded and practical, but also open to new possibilities and adventures. It's about being strong and confident, but also compassionate and kind. It's about embracing your feminine power, but without suppressing your masculine energy. It's about being the Empress, but also being all the other cards in the deck, you know? It's like, okay, you're a multifaceted human being. Don't try to be just one thing. Embrace all aspects of yourself, right? Another challenge might be that you get so caught up in taking care of others that you neglect your own needs. You might start sacrificing your own happiness and well-being for the sake of others, which can lead to resentment and burnout. So, it's important to set boundaries, to say no when you need to, and to prioritize your own self-care, you know? It's like, okay, you can't help others if you're not helping yourself first, right? And another challenge might be that you become too attached to your creations. You might start defining yourself by your accomplishments, your possessions, or your relationships, which can lead to feelings of emptiness and insecurity. So, it's important to remember that you are more than just what you create, that your worth is inherent, and that you are loved and valued for who you are, not for what you do. It's like, okay, you are a masterpiece regardless of what you create, right? Ultimately, the Empress is about self-love. It's about recognizing your own inherent beauty and worth, and about treating yourself with kindness, compassion, and respect. It's about nurturing your own inner garden, and about creating a life that is aligned with your soul's purpose. It's about embracing your feminine power and sharing your gifts with the world, knowing your worth. It's about realizing that the abundance you seek is already within you. The Empress is a reminder that you are fertile, creative, and capable of manifesting anything you desire. You just have to believe in yourself, trust your intuition, and take action, knowing you are supported. And remember the Jasper tree? It's all about clarifying. The Empress, with all her abundance, can sometimes feel overwhelming. The Jasper tree helps you focus that energy to clarify what you truly want to create and nurture in your life, making sure it aligns with your highest self. So, yeah, the Empress is such a powerful card, and I think it really brings everything together, doesn't it? It's like after all the choices, the leaps, the fears, and the grounding, you're finally ready to blossom, to create a life that is truly abundant and fulfilling. Wow, this has been such an incredible reading, right? I feel like we've really uncovered some deep truths here. Okay, so, that's the end of the card pulls, but it's definitely not the end of the story, right? Now we have to put it all together, synthesize everything we've learned, and figure out what it all means for your twin flame journey. I am so excited to do that. Are you ready? Because I am. This is going to be good, I can feel it. Okay, so, let's really bring this all together, right? We've got this amazing story unfolding here, and I want you to really feel the power of it, to really understand how all these cards connect and how they're guiding you on your twin flame journey. So, remember we started with the Lovers, right? That's all about conscious choices, about aligning yourself with what truly resonates with your soul. It's about recognizing those old patterns that aren't serving you anymore and intentionally choosing something different, something that's more aligned with your highest good, And then we had the High Priestess, whispering those secrets in your ear, guiding you with your intuition, reminding you to trust your gut and to pay attention to those signs and synchronicities that the universe is sending you, every single day. It's about quieting your mind, tuning into that inner wisdom, and knowing that you already have all the answers you need within you, And then, of course, we had the Fool, that amazing, exhilarating leap of faith, right? It's about stepping outside your comfort zone, embracing the unknown, and trusting that the universe is going to catch you, even when you can't see the ground, It's about letting go of your fears and doubts and just jumping in with both feet, knowing that you're on the right path, even if you don't know exactly where it's going to lead, And then came the Page of Wands, that spark of inspiration, that youthful enthusiasm for life, right? It's about exploring new possibilities, bringing that playful energy into your relationships, especially your twin flame connection, and just having fun, It's about not taking yourself too seriously, being open to new experiences, and expressing yourself authentically with that little page-like spark. Okay, but then we got the Moon, right? And that's where things got a little tricky, right? It's about those hidden fears, those anxieties, those illusions that can cloud your judgment and make you doubt yourself and your connection. It's about facing your shadows, acknowledging your insecurities, and being honest with yourself about what's really going on beneath the surface, But even though the Moon can be challenging, it's also an opportunity for growth, for healing, and for deeper understanding, And then came the King of Pentacles, bringing that much-needed grounding energy, that sense of stability, security, and material abundance, right? It's about building a solid foundation for your life so that you can weather any storm, especially those storms that the Moon likes to stir up, It's about creating a safe and secure space for your twin flame connection to grow, and about knowing your own worth, both financially and emotionally, And now, finally, we have the Empress, the culmination of everything, the blossoming of all that potential, right? It's about abundance, creation, nurturing, and feminine power. It's about creating a life that is aligned with your soul's purpose, a life that is filled with love, joy, and abundance, It's about taking all those other cards, all those choices, all those leaps, all those fears, and turning them into something beautiful, something meaningful, something that truly reflects who you are, So, how do you embody that Empress energy in your own life, especially in the context of your twin flame journey? Well, first and foremost, it's about self-love, right? It's about recognizing your own inherent beauty and worth, and treating yourself with kindness, compassion, and respect. It's about nurturing your own inner garden, and about creating a life that is aligned with your soul's purpose, It's about knowing that you are worthy of love, worthy of happiness, and worthy of all the good things that life has to offer, and believing that with every fiber of your being. And remember the Jasper tree? This is where it really comes into play. The Empress is powerful, but her energy can be scattered. The Jasper tree helps you clarify what you want to create, to focus your intentions, and to manifest your desires with greater precision. It's like having a laser focus on your dreams, making them that much more attainable, So, ask yourself, what do I truly want to create in my life? What kind of relationship do I desire with my twin flame? What kind of abundance am I seeking? And then, use the Jasper tree to help you clarify those intentions and to stay focused on your goals. It's about setting clear intentions, visualizing your desired outcome, and taking inspired action towards your dreams, knowing you are divinely guided and supported, And also, it's about embracing your creativity, expressing yourself through art, music, writing, dancing, or whatever else makes your soul sing, It's about tapping into that creative energy and using it to create something beautiful, something meaningful, something that reflects your unique essence. It's about sharing your gifts with the world and about inspiring others to do the same, you know? It's like you have a unique voice, a unique perspective, and a unique talent. Don't be afraid to share it with the world. The world needs your light. The world needs your creativity. The world needs you. And it's not just about creating art, right? It's also about creating a beautiful home environment, a nurturing family, a supportive community, and a fulfilling career, you know? It's about creating a life that is both meaningful and enjoyable, a life that is aligned with your values and your passions, and a life that brings you joy and fulfillment every single day. And that's not always easy, right? There will be challenges along the way. There will be times when you doubt yourself, when you feel discouraged, or when you want to give up. But it's important to remember that you are not alone, that you are supported by the universe, and that you have the power to overcome any obstacle that comes your way, you know? Just remember all those cards we talked about. Remember the Lovers and make conscious choices that align with your heart. Remember the High Priestess and trust your intuition. Remember the Fool and take that leap of faith. Remember the Page of Wands and embrace the joy of creation, the spark that fuels your journey. Remember the Moon and face your shadows with courage and compassion. Remember the King of Pentacles and build a solid foundation for your dreams. And remember the Empress and know that you are worthy of all the love, joy, and abundance that life has to offer. Oh, and what about that twin flame, right? How does all this Empress energy affect that connection? Well, it's about bringing that nurturing, that creative, that abundant energy into the relationship, you know? It's about creating a space where both of you can thrive, where both of you can express yourselves authentically, and where both of you can support each other's dreams and goals. It's about creating a connection that is based on love, trust, respect, and mutual admiration, a connection that is both passionate and stable, and a connection that brings joy and fulfillment to both of your lives. It's about recognizing that your twin flame is your mirror, reflecting back to you your own beauty and worth, and about celebrating that connection with gratitude and joy, you know. But what if things aren't perfect? What if your twin flame is still running? What if you're facing challenges in the relationship? What if you're feeling lost and confused? Well, that's where the Moon comes back in, right? It's a reminder that even the most amazing connections have their shadows, and that it's important to face those shadows with courage and compassion, you know. It's about not giving up on the connection, but also about not sacrificing your own happiness and well-being for the sake of the relationship, you know. It's about setting boundaries, communicating your needs, and taking care of yourself first and foremost, so that you can show up in the relationship as your best self, you know? It's like, you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to fill yourself up first, so that you have something to offer your twin flame, you know? It's about recognizing that the twin flame journey is not always easy, but that it's always worth it, because it's an opportunity for growth, for healing, and for unconditional love, you know? It's about trusting that the universe has a plan for you and your twin flame, even when you can't see it, and about surrendering to the journey with faith and grace, knowing that everything is happening for your highest good, you know? So, what's the bottom line here? What's the ultimate message of this reading? Well, I think it's this. You are a powerful, creative, and abundant being, capable of manifesting anything you desire. You have the power to create a life that is filled with love, joy, and fulfillment. You have the power to heal your wounds, to overcome your challenges, and to manifest your dreams. You have the power to create a beautiful and fulfilling twin flame connection, a connection that is based on love, trust, respect, and mutual admiration. You just have to believe in yourself, trust your intuition, and take inspired action towards your goals, knowing that you are divinely guided and supported every step of the way. You are the Empress, and the world is your garden. So go out there and create something beautiful. You got this. I'm so excited to see what you create. I really